The anticipation meter is at a premium level. The energy, it's dialed up to the max. Why not? Lloyd Perry Stadium, the spot. There's a MAC East Division Championship on the line as the Kent State Golden Flashes and the Bowling Green Falcons meet. Simply put, Kent State wins today. They've got their first MAC Division crown of any type in 40 years. A Bowling Green win today, and then a follow-up with a win over Buffalo next week would send the Falcons to the Motor City of Detroit. With that, we say hi, everybody. Welcome to the telecast booth. Great to see you. Michael Rega, my partner, the coach, Doug Graber. What an absolute banner year. Phenomenal. It's been in the Mid-American Conference. Possibly 4 football teams with 9 wins or better come next weekend, Doug. 3 teams in the top 25 during the course of the year. The latest of those, the Kent State Golden Flashes. Just been a terrific season.
Incredible year for the Mid-American Conference. And, 16 wins over FBS schools. Kent State turnaround, Bowling Green turnaround. Wow.
Tremendous amount to be proud of for the Mid-American Conference on the football fields. All right, let's take a look at this Kent State absolutely dominantly powerful run game. The big man is the Punishy Trayon Durham. The speed comes from Dree Archer. Doug, over the last 6 football games, they've combined for 228 yards a game per game.
Well, this is a true thunder and lightning combo. 250-pound Durham, he's averaging 5.5 per rushing attempt, and wow, this young man right here, Dree Archer, he's been absolutely incredible. 9.7 per attempt. That's off the charts.
When you combine kickoff returns, catching the football, the finest all-purpose explosive weapon in the nation. So what is Bowling Green's challenge? To continue to play the absolutely stout and sturdy defense they've been playing. Doug, over the course of a 6-game win streak, Bowling Green's D only averages allowing a touchdown per game. They've been that good.
Well, it's really hard to play great defense in college football today. And look at the numbers here on Bowling Green. They have been absolutely dominant on the defensive side of the ball. And Chris Jones, their outstanding defensive tackle, you see him right here. He's been the leader of this group. 11.5 sacks, that's second in the nation. 17 tackles for loss. He has been amazing.
Oh, yeah, he has. And he'll show up on Outland Award nominee list as well. Got to run the football, though, if you're Bowling Green. They've been doing that. How about Anton Samuel? Look at him, over 130 per game in the last 5. He provides the burst to the BG offense. You ready for a championship feeling? You got it. It's Kent State and Bowling Green. Nothing better next on ESPN. Yay! Conference game, Kent State Bowling Green, brought to you by Allstate. They're proud sponsor of the Allstate Sugar Bowl. Are you in good hands? Also by the Jimmy V Classic, December 4th in Madison Square Garden, New York City. By YP.com, click less, live more. And by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. Oh, the football gods have come up aces today, haven't they? Bright sunshine, brilliant in this third Saturday in November with a temperature near 50 degrees. What could be better? Here's what's at stake today. Pretty simple. Kent State wins their first East Division championship of the win today, and it'll give them a school record of 10 victories. Bowling Green, they win today. They beat Buffalo next Saturday. They've got their first East Division title. So we're all set to go. It will be the Bowling Green Falcons getting their hands on the football first. As game on here inside Dwight Perry Stadium in Bowling Green. Return out to the 17-yard line as we get started. John Pettigrew on that kickoff return. Pettigrew, one of the backups on the running back side. He'll see a lot of action to the starter, the brilliant Anton Samuel. So let's bring on this Bowling Green offense. This unit has somewhat been relegated to secondary behind one of the best defenses in the nation. But Matt Schultz, there he is. He's the redshirt junior, 4th year in the program. His 33rd career start. And it's been a struggle the last couple for Matt Schultz. And this is Anton Samuel on that first call of the afternoon. Samuel got belted down off that outside linebacking spot by C.J. Malaulu of Kent State. All right, this Bowling Green offense, this offensive line that you'll see in a moment has been brilliant. Anton Samuel, the tailback with the burst. Sean Joplin, Chris Gallen, and the tight end Alex Bear, who they'll get the football to today. Fawn Cooper and the big man in the middle, the center, David the Chief Kekoiva of Hawaii, have been the outstanding stalwarts on that O-line.
Well, they really have been, and this is exactly what Bowling Green's going to try to do. They want Kent State to show their hand defensively.
On 2nd and 7, Anton Samuel with the second carry. Kent State's front 7 rising up. They thought they got the football pulled out of there, as that initial hit came from Mark Fackler. Keep an eye on Fackler. He wears number 47 for Kent State. Speaking of, he's had three interceptions in the last 3 football games. It's all brought to you by our friends at Tim Horton. Roosevelt Nix, a MAC Freshman of the Year, defensive player, one of the best in the nation. The linebackers are led by Luke Batten and Devontae Strickland. And they've got Norman Wolf Jr. back, the senior out of Akron, to really add some stability along with Luke Wallet in that secondary. 3rd down and 7 now for Schultz. He'll step up, and his throw is deflected away, incomplete. A 3 and out for Kent State's defense, as Matt Schultz off target as he was looking to hook up with his wideout Sean Joplin.
Well, Kent State got up in a press defense with their cornerbacks, and Norman Wolf, the senior corner, did a great job of pressing the wideout. That threw the whole timing of that play off.
All right, you see back in that return spot for the Kent State Golden Flashes, Eric Adeyemi. Adeyemi to receive the boot from Brian Schmidbush. Schmidbush, a terrific punter, the left footer. Did not get that to turn over. Well, that football came dangerously close to hitting the back of Kent State's return team member, Malcolm Pennell. And now the officials are saying it did clip Pennell, and Bowling Green on the recovery of a Kent State bad decision on the punt return side.
Right, watch right here, the ball just, I think, clipped his left heel, and Bowling Green heads up, got all over it, got a great shot of it right here. Yes, definitely clipped the left heel, and wow, what a break to start off with now for Bowling Green. That's the fault of the returner. He's got to be screaming poison and get his teammates out of there to get him away from that bouncing ball.
Well, the Falcons get the football right back, and they're right up at the line of scrimmage, ready to go as they'll play on a short field. Let's take a look from high end zone.
Yeah, definitely clipped right there. It looks like, and of course, Bowling Green was trying to run a play fast, yeah, but they're going to review it upstairs.
So it'll be reviewed by our Mid-American Conference crew. They've done an outstanding job with us all year long and at all MAC venues. And by the way, Tom McKay, there's Tom, gentleman with the white hat, the referee today, one of the veterans on the refereeing side in the MAC. What are they going to be looking at, Doug Graber?
Well, it's pretty obvious here. They're going to be, and again, boy, it may have
if
just
it
clicked
did, the heel, right? Just the heel.
I think it just clicked the left heel, I think. Now, you know, if they don't have definite proof that it did, they're going to go with the call on the field.
Well, again, it's going to.
Well,
so the call on the field was that it did indeed make contact.
Right.
And so, unless there's indisputable video evidence to overturn that, it will remain Bowling Green's football at the 38-yard line of Kent State.
Yeah, and my guess is that this will be Bowling Green's football because, and if it did click it just by a 16th of an inch, but that's enough.
Over on the other side of the football field, as you look at Tom McCabe on the Kent State sideline, both units are standing on the near the hash mark, and now they're starting to finally move back. Yeah. And both offensive and defensive units, as there you see our outstanding director Dave Tasca, our producer Greg Logan, going to split screen everybody up. The most important guy right now is the gentleman with the white hat, Tom McCabe, who's ready to give us the verdict.
After further review, the Kent State player did not touch the ball. It'll be first down, Kent State.
Overturned, so indisputable video evidence that it did not get the back or just click the heel of Malcolm Pennell, the cornerback on special teams.
Yeah, it's really hard to see right there. But now, big break for Kent State going the other way in good field position.
Now, Dave Clawson and his Bowling Green Falcons thought they maybe had the first sudden change break of the afternoon, but now we'll take a look at Spencer Keith. Here he is out of Little Rock, Arkansas, a senior, and now the most highly decorated quarterback in terms of completions and yardage gained through the air in Kent State history. They love the ground game, and this is Trayon Durham. Durham got a couple to the 40-yard line as Durham was belted down by Dwayne Woods, who you'll hear his name called a lot today. Let's take a look at our Tim Hortons lineups for you. Offensively for Kent State, the backs and receivers feature this dynamic running duo of Trayon Durham and Dree Archer. They both are over 1,000 yards on the year here in week number 11, only duo in the country. Brian Winters, left tackle, Josh Klein, left guard. Pair of 310-pounders, the bellwethers of the offense. Spencer Keith, his first throw of the afternoon, is incomplete as Keith will miss Casey Pierce, the backup tight end, is going to bring up 3rd and long. Let's flip it over and take a look at the best defense in the Mid-American Conference. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the best in the nation. Chris Jones, the Outland Award and All-American nominee, is at that defensive tackle. Dwayne Woods, we just called his name, the middle linebacker out of Cincinnati. And in the secondary, keep an eye on the sophomore, Ryland Ward, and Josh Pettis has to step up, Doug Graber, because Boo Boo Gates is out with an injury, and that hurts.
And that was Josh Pettis that just made the play on that play-action pass. He was in great position.
On 3rd and 8, Keith delivered that throw. It is caught. That football came free. That football is going to be ruled down after the catch by Matt Hurdle. He was down on contact, and it'll be spotted at the 44-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down, and Kent State will have to kick it away.
You know what? I think I'll be surprised if this doesn't go to replay because that was pretty close to being a fumble.
Well, let's see what Dave Clawson wants to do, huh? On his Bowling Green sideline, right in front of us, as you get a look at Anthony Melchiori. What a freshman weapon he's been in the kick game. And back for Bowling Green. And that return spot is Ryan Burbrink, who wears number 17. Looking into the sun, and it was a problem during warm-ups. Melchiori will whip that shot over the head of Burbrink, and Kent State special teams not able to put the football down before getting into the end zone. Both teams have gone 3 and out in their first possession. This might be old school today. Kent State Bowling Green for a back east crown.
Football team as Bowling Green's Falcons trying to win their 7th in a row. Going to get their hands on it for the 2nd time. You see the team records there. And got to get my partner Doug Graber ready. It's our 5-hour energy keys to the game. Coach, what do you have today is significant?
Well, for Kent State, I think they have to average 4.5 per rush. Bowling Green only gives up 3.3. That's going to be tough. They got to get 3 turnovers. They're averaging 3 a game, amazingly. For Bowling Green, they somehow have to complete 60% of their passes and hold this Kent State running game to 3.5 per rush.
Now their run game. Bowling Green has taken a significant jump this year. And again, all the accolades go to the Bowling Green defense, and rightfully so. Matt Schultz will check down underneath, put it in the hands of that outstanding tight end. That's Alex Bear. He's out of Pickerington North. Great program here in the central part of the Buckeye State. 255-pound redshirt junior.
Yeah, nice job of setting up a little tight end screen. He blocks first. Gives it about a 2.5 count block, then into the step back, get him the ball on the screen. Nice job advancing it. 2nd and short.
28th reception of the year for Bear, who's been in the end zone 3 times. And I'll tell you about offensive coordinator Warren Ruggiero, who eyes lit up when we mentioned getting into football. Now this is that inside handoff to Anton Samuel. That's a 1st down for Bowling Green. So the first down of the day. Dana Brown, who wears number 6, plays next to Rosie Nix. 290-pound senior made the hit.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I love watching Anton Samuel run the football. He's only 188 pounds. Boy, he runs with such great forward lean.
Coach, remember how we marveled at him last year as you look at his numbers as a true freshman?
He's really strong. I mean, really strong, and you know, he's just an exciting runner to watch.
Opelika, Florida, play action. Schultz going to take a shot, and that throw is caught. He worked with Chris Gallen, the redshirt freshman out of Dr. Phillips High in Orlando. Gallen made the catch, moved the sticks, 1st down, Bowling Green.
Yeah, just a comeback pattern. Nice timing. Boy, that's a good catch by Gallen. That ball should have been thrown further outside.
That's 13 yards on the hook, up 33rd catch of the year for Chris Gallen. Maybe a bit of an unheralded pass game for Matt Schultz again, a veteran. Gonna swing it out. He wanted Anton Samuel, and that football deflected off the headgear of the left tackle, Fawn Cooper.
You know, they've really come out throwing the football on this series. A little bit of a surprise. Kent State is also really tough against the run, so they're trying to spread them out and get the ball to people in space.
Swing is 2nd and 10 now as Bowling Green looks to go quickly. Chris Gallen, Sean Joplin, the 2 prominent wide receivers. Some of also Ryan Burbrink. Keep an eye on this Kent State defensive front 7 as well. Well, they come in as the less heralded group than Bowling Green, but have they been good lately. Got it inside delay, and this is Anton Samuel. Look at a battle to the 2nd level. Needed 10, got 9.5 to bring up 3rd and short.
Right, here's the game plan. They're trying to just take a look at this now. This is that little, just an off-tackle power play. Bowling Green is trying to get Kent State to show their hand early because they run so many zone blitzes.
1st down on the Anton Samuel 3rd down run. And Doug, look how quickly Bowling Green lined up there. They're trying to get Kent State to commit and see what type of look they're in, right?
Absolutely, and especially because Kent State runs so many zone blitzes, and they involve their safeties in the zone blitzes. If they're going to do that, they have to show it early. That's what Bowling Green is looking for, to check away from them.
6 minutes into this MAC East Division Championship game Saturday. Kent State wins, they're in. They go to Detroit to represent the MAC East. Bowling Green wins, gives them a chance to do the same with a win over Buffalo next week. Stay with the ground game, and that John Pettigrew got tracked down from behind. How about that Kent State hit being tracked from the backside that came from Kent State's Zach Hitchens, that defensive end.
Yeah, this is the zone play and the zone read, and boy, Hitchens is unblocked and just tracks it down from the backside. Excellent job.
Well, Zach Hitchens, he's a backup on the defensive side, but again, he gets a lot of snaps as he backs up Jake Dooley along that D-line. 2nd and 10, Joplin will cut motion. Right back to the zone read. This is John Pettigrew to the second level. Pettigrew had to be dragged down from that safety spot by Luke Wallet. Wallet, one of the best in the MAC, or Pettigrew might have been to the house.
Yeah, and I love right at the end of the play here, watch how he, right there, and that's what got him the first down, that little dive right at the end.
11 yards for John Pettigrew out of Cuyahoga Falls. All of you around the Cleveland metro area remember this young man in his high school career. Bowling Green on the move for Matt Schultz out of Arcadia, California. Stay with the ground game. They like to punish you, tackle to tackle, as Anton Samuel gets the call. Dug 10 100-plus yards rushing games in his career for Anton Samuel. But here's the thing. You say, ladies and gentlemen, he's ending his sophomore year. He's only played in 18 football games here for Dave Clawson at Bowling Green.
Yeah, and he missed 3 games as a freshman. Young man out of Opa-locka, Florida, and he's really hit the scene here hard for Bowling Green.
He was tremendous 10 days ago in that win at Peden Stadium over Ohio's Bobcats. Schultz with pressure came underneath. Kent State had that well defense, didn't they, as Luke Wallet came up and forced Chris Gallen to the ground after he made the catch for short yardage.
Well, like all good defensive teams, watch all the white uniforms come in the shot there. They really run to the football, and that's the key to stopping the wide receiver screens.
Matt Schultz checking with here in Warren Ruggiero, the offensive coordinator. This is a 3rd and 5.
It's another check with me. They took a look at the front.
Schultz will trigger underneath. A pass is caught, a football jarred free, and now it's being ruled incomplete. Well, Chris Gallen just got walloped. He took a shot, the football came out, but he did not have it secured. Incomplete, 4th down, Bowling Green.
Yeah, I like the call by the officials. He really never established possession of that football.
Sidney Salter on that pop. There's Salter, 5th-year senior out of Miami.
This Kent State team is a senior-dominated team. Only 3 seniors that really play significantly for Bowling Green.
All right, here is Tyler Tate out of the hold of Alex Baer. 44 yards from the right hash. Did he get enough? No, he did not. It has been a problem all year long as the Bowling Green field goal production has not been where Dave Clawson wants it. Tyler Tate pushed it and missed it from 44 yards away. As you take a look at it, Kent State football when we get back, is it faded wide right. Recognize our friends at Allstate for their charitable contributions across the country. Since 2005, Allstate has donated more than $2.9 million to the Good Hands Field Goal Net program. It benefits University General Scholarship Funds. Michael Regard, Doug Graber, all of our terrific ESPN MAC crew. The first time that Spencer Keith and Kent State had the football, they went 3 and out. So give it to the most decorated quarterback in Kent State history in terms of throwing the football. Spencer Keith, 4th year of starting. Football on the ground, and Keith had to get on it as he and Trayon Durham had a bad exchange. It was supposed to go to Durham. Keith had to get on it.
I think this is the zone read, and again, he rides him in there, and a little indecision whether to give or to keep, and that's the result. Good job, though, by Spencer Keith of getting on the football. He's a senior, boy. He's a veteran player. He's not going to panic.
It's going to bring up 2nd down and 11. And this is Trayon Durham, the 250-pounder. Look at the surge of that Bowling Green defensive front. Just outstanding. Chris Jones, who wears number 91 out of Brownsburg, Indiana. This is down in the southern part of the state. Doug, 3-time Defensive Player of the Week, first-team MAC All-Teamer in 2011.
He plays that 3 technique just perfectly. His pad level, you know, he's just a reckless football player, and his effort is absolutely phenomenal.
3rd and 13. Number 1 is in the slot right there near the bottom of your screen. Dree Archer with 3 wide for Spencer Keith. Wants to put it up. Keith got flushed and down he goes. Excellent hit from Dwayne Woods, senior middle linebacker out of Cincinnati Princeton. Oh, can Woods run sideline to sideline?
Oh, he really can. And they were looking for Dree Archer on a crossing route. Zone coverage by Bowling Green. They took it away. No place to go.
6 snaps of the football. A pair of 3 and outs for Kent State's Golden Flashes. And here's Anthony Melchiori, as you see. Well, Melchiori's done a fabulous job as a true freshman. Just 15 return yards. Kent State's going to run that fake. First down and a whole lot more. How about Kent State's Golden Flashes and Darrell Hazel? They needed something to happen for themselves, and they got it as they were able to go to the up man. And that is a Nate Terhune, one of their defensive ends.
That just opened up like the parting of the Red Sea, and a very, very good game plan to run that fake. They had the look they wanted, and boy, Darrell Hazel, you dialed up a good one right there. That's a game changer here in the first quarter already.
Darrell Hazel, a couple of 3 and outs, Doug, and he said, wait a minute, maybe not 3 and out because we still got 4th down. Here's Dree Archer. Archer with the speed now as he's tracked down as the hit came out of that Bowling Green secondary from DJ Lynch. But Dree Archer, 4-3, legitimate 4-3, and maybe the most explosive all-purpose player in college football.
He's scary. When you're facing him as a defensive football team, and you're going to see him at receiver and a running back. Here he is at running back.
Play action for Spencer Keith. That throw is going to be hauled in for a first down as making that catch while tiptoeing the sideline was Eric Adeyemi. Adeyemi, 180-pounder, made that grab. 13th catch of the year for Adeyemi. First down, Kent State.
Yeah, and Adeyemi has really established himself as the go-to receiver now for this Kent State football team. And this team has improved dramatically as the season has progressed. Both teams have.
And they lost Tyshawn Good, one of their senior receivers for the year. A motion from Adeyemi. Going to run the reverse with Dree Archer. Archer wants the edge. Bowling Green does a nice job to flow and get Archer cut off. And we may have a block in the back on the All-American candidate, Brian Winters, the left tackle.
Yeah, that's certainly what it looked like from up here. One of the wide receivers.
Legal back in the block in the back, number 66. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
It was Brian Winters.
Yeah, it was, yep. They pulled the tackle on that play, and then he got caught in space here. Take a look at it right here. Number 66, right just out of the picture. You couldn't see it, but he definitely had a block in the back.
I love the way Bowling Green, though, flowed. Gabe Martin. Well, keep an eye on Martin, too. Number 11, huh, Doug?
Oh, wow. He's been very explosive. He jumped out at the tape when we looked at him yesterday.
Really did. He just popped out at coach and yours truly out of Grand Blanc, Michigan. Third-year sophomore, Gabe Martin. After the penalty, 1st and 19. Line to make is at the 24-yard line for Spencer Keith. Run the delay draw. Dree Archer. Look at the speed to the edge. Dree Archer got 16 to that 19 back just like that.
You know, he is just so much faster than everybody else. It's almost unbelievable. Watch him bounce this draw outside and watch the burst right there. I mean, he is scary.
5'8", $175 out of Laurel, Florida. MAC Player of the Year candidate. Paul Horning Award for the nation's most versatile candidate. He's that good. And that's scary to opposing defenses. 2nd and 3. Keith off the 3-step drop. That throw is hauled in right near the sticks as Matt Hurdle made that grab for Kent State.
Dangerous throw all the way across the field from the left hash to the right.
Let's check that. They got Josh Boyle. It's Boyle on that catch. As he and Hurdle were running level routes. Spencer Keith going to come up about a half-yard short. As we go in 60 seconds left in this scoreless opening quarter with a MAC East Division crown on the line.
Short yardage, though. They like to run to their left.
A jumbo package in. Trayon Durham. First down as he battles his way. That nice lean, huh? Doug lowered the shoulder and got the pad level low.
And that's good coaching because on short yards, they've been going to their left 95% of the time. And here, take a look at it here, obviously to the right-hand side, because they like to run behind Brian Winters and Josh Klein, that left guard and tackle. Winters is a high draft choice for sure. Klein is definitely a potential NFL players. This offensive line is really stout for Kent State.
Just got to look at Darrell Hazel in his 2nd year, guiding the fortunes of this Kent State program. As his first quarter winds down, this is Trayon Durham, and he got stood up and planted. Again, this secondary going without Jerry Boo Boo Gates, with a free safety. Ryland Ward, number 15, on that orange jersey, made the hit. Again, you're used to seeing explosive games in the 40s and empty backfields and 5 wide receivers and defenses that can't stop anybody. Not today. 15 minutes in the books. Kent State, Bowling Green, scoreless. conference game, Kent State Bowling Green, is brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official corporate sponsor of the Mid-American Conference. Also by the all-new redesigned 2013 Chevrolet Malibu. By Quicken Loans, engineered to amaze. And by Tostitos. Tostitos knows how to party. First 15 minutes kind of as scripted. Both defenses hard-hitting. Kent State and Bowling Green playing for a MAC East Division crowd. Still scoreless. Michael Reggai, Doug Graber. Know you're enjoying it. And have you enjoyed this stout and sturdy number 91, the Outland Award candidate, All-American nominee? Doug, he leads the nation in tackles for loss, second in sacks. How good is Chris Jones?
Well, he's purely, one of the best defensive players in college football. No question about that.
Hey, you see it, as we mentioned, the 17 tackles for loss. Of course, leads the MAC in both. But, we talked to Darrell Hazel this week. He said, I've got some outstanding veteran offensive linemen, but we have got to find a way to get him blocked.
Well, this is strength versus strength. This was a great offensive line, Kent State, and a very stout run defense.
This play, this drive, they're going 10 plays for 53 yards. Spencer Keith will step up. Almost had that picked off. Well, he tried to check down and come underneath, and it almost wound up going back the other way on that pick six. Gabe Martin, that outside backer, was there.
Good pressure, a nice job of Keith moving in the pocket, but not a good throw here. He's very fortunate that Gabe Martin didn't come up with that one.
3rd down and 8. There's Gabe Martin, a look at him. See how active he's been. 8.5 tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks.
He's an emerging star on this defense, no question.
Blitz coming. Keith's got all kinds of problems. And that's going to be a late hit either on Gabe Martin or on his defensive cohort. Gabe Martin was putting on a lot of pressure.
Grounding on the offense, number 3. It's a spot foul. Lost it down. It'll be 4th down.
Wow.
Now they got Spencer Keith for illegal grounding. For a minute, it looked like both Gabe Martin and also Aaron Foster were worried that they're going to get called for a late hit.
Well, well-designed blitz by Mike Elko, the defensive coordinator. I mean, they came scot-free. Really no chance for Spencer Keith on that play. No chance even to hardly get rid of the football.
Well, from now the 37-yard line, of course, that is a loss of down, and this would be a 54, 55-yard field goal attempt. So Darrell Hazel will get the punt team out with Anthony Melchiori. Melchiori is going to hang that high. That fair catch called for and received from the 11-yard line by Burbrink. Burbrink made and executed the fair catch. Bowling Green football scoreless when we get back.
Capital One Cash Rewards card gives you 1% cash back on all purchases, plus a 50%
Scoreless early second quarter. A lot at stake. Trip to Detroit. MAC championship game. Will it be Kent State's Golden Flashes? Bowling Green's Falcons that face Dave Doran's Northern Illinois Huskies, who won 10 in a row over the MAC West. Michael Reggie, Doug Graber. Possession here early second quarter belonging to Matt Schultz in this Bowling Green offense. And Tom Samuel on the call. He got swallowed up right away. There was just nothing there. That's Luke Wallet coming up from the safety spot. 9 interceptions in his career, and he can support the run game too, Doug Graber.
But you can't block him. I mean, that's the classic 8th guy in the box. You just can't block him. Both these defenses now are getting that 8th guy up in the box with the safeties, and they're making plays. Boy, Luke Wallet, he read that perfectly. He was right at the line of scrimmage. They played it just like a linebacker.
Matt Schultz in this Bowling Green offense backed up deep. They averaged 23 points a game. Schultz on 2nd and 12. He tried to gun that throw to Chris Gallen, and it was broken up beautifully by Norman Wolf Jr., who just came back, had a broken arm against Kentucky in week 2 of the year.
Boy, and this has been big, getting Norman Wolf back for this defense. He is really an outstanding corner, plays to the wide side of the field. Been outstanding there since he's come back.
3rd down and 12. 3 wide, all at the top of your screen. And Anton Samuel. Let's check that. They got Jordan Hopgood in. Schultz on the roll right. Came back underneath, and it's picked off. Intercepted by Norman Wolf Jr. of Kent State off the hands of Chris Gallen. They are a plus 20 in turnovers on the year. Add 1 to it.
Well, he's got him open here. Frankly, that's just not a great throw. Ball should have been thrown outside. Gallen comes back, tries to make a play. That's catchable. Boy, what a great job by Wolf. No question that's an interception. No question. Boy, he had the 1st down, too, with a great throw. Great field position now for Kent State.
Again, what I just be mindful of, one of the best in the nation. They forced their 31st turnover. Toss pitch now. This is Dree Archer outside the numbers with all that speed to the short side. Archer got run out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Make it a 16-yard line. Archer on that 1st down carry got 7, making 2nd and 3.
First time we've seen that play from Kent State. And boy, what a great player to get it to and his speed. Look at that. Look at the season on the drives. 24 touchdowns in the red zone. Nice job in the red zone.
Kent State's working the red zone, brought to you by our friends at Verizon Wireless. Yeah, that's really, what, you go 50% touchdowns in the red zone?
That's exactly
points on the board, about 80%. You're doing well. Trayon Durham, and the power of the 250-pounders he was so swarmed on. In this Bowling Green front 7, so sturdy.
Well, interesting story. Originally committed to Wisconsin as a fullback, and then, he said, you know what, I want to carry the football. And changed his mind, went to Kent State, and boy, I'll tell you, that's been much to the benefit of Kent State University to have that young man.
He came into camp at about 265 pounds.
Yeah.
So he loses 15 pounds now. He's down to 250, so he's shed the 15, but he's added all kinds of strength. Young man out of Cincinnati, Trayon Durham, and of course the Bull Durham reference is attached to him. Now Durham on the toss sweep. I don't know, that second surge may have got him there. Making that initial hit was Dwayne Woods. Woods has been so active today, the middle linebacker. And that's going to come up short and bring up a 4th and a long one.
He actually lost yardage on that play, and again, just a great play by Woods. Boy, he's one of the few seniors on this football team, and he came up big for Bowling Green right there.
Oh, and as Freddie Cortez is having a big year, the 210-pound senior Cortez. This will be out of the hold of Chris Humphrey. Chad Bushley on the long snap. This will be a 32-yard attempt from the right hash. Freddie Cortez will hit it dead center to put the first mark on the board today. It comes off a turnover caused. As Norman Wolf Jr. came up with this pick, Cortez will give Kent State the second quarter lead. Forces Bowl is coming up in Ford Stadium in Fort Worth, Texas. One of the premier bowl games this football season. December 29th. If you'd like more info, visit armedforcesbowl.com today. Now, it's Conference USA versus at-large. But, as we know, sometimes you get opportunities to get teams from not that designated conference in. Here's your MAC Bowl eligibles right now. Look at Northern Illinois. How about Dave Borenstein? 10-1, won the MAC West. Kent State could be a 10-win team. Toledo and Ohio could be 9-win teams. So could Ball State. Bowling Green, of course, could be a 9-win football team. And we'll talk to the commissioner of the Mid-American Conference, Dr. John Steinbrecher, about it all coming up at halftime. Freddie Cortez just hit that field goal, and now he's got it teed up. And ready to kick it away to John Pettigrew for Bowling Green. And this is Pettigrew from the 10. John Pettigrew, nice return, got a seam. That's a 24-yard kickoff return for John Pettigrew. And it gives Matt Schultz better operating position. Doug, interestingly enough, Schultz just threw the pick to Norman Wolf Jr. Now, he's not throwing the football nearly as much as he was a year ago. And, of course, Darrell Hazel's football team just coming up with another takeaway. At that.
Yep.
But Doug, back to, we discussed Matt Schultz with head coach Dave Clawson and offensive coordinator Warren Ruggiero yesterday. And after this first down play, we'll give you a feel of that. Schultz going to go up top off play action. Got a flag down as he came underneath and was able to hit Chris Gallen. Got to think it's coming back, though, in the area of holding on Bowling Green.
Number 65, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Yeah, that was on the center. Kequiva, they call him the Chief, and I think he had a hold of number 6, Dana Brown.
That's going to set Matt Schultz and Dave Clawson's offense back. But in speaking to Coach Clawson yesterday, he's done a phenomenal job here, just as he had turning around programs at Fordham and Richmond.
Yep.
He was saying to us, okay, the numbers aren't there, but he says, I evaluate my quarterback on games won. Yes, he threw for over 3,000 yards a year ago, Matt Schultz. This year, Doug, he comes in at 1,800 yards, so the numbers are down, but he feels his value has increased to his football team.
Right, and they're playing to their defense. Their defense is the outstanding part of this team. They're going to run it and play to their defense.
Anton Samuel trying to find some room, but Luke Wallet is there. Wallet wears number 39 along with Sidney Salter to make the hit on the ever-elusive Anton Samuel, the sophomore running back sensation of Bowling Green.
But, you know, Mike, getting back to Schultz, it's hard to get into a rhythm as a quarterback, you know, when you're not throwing the ball as much, no question.
Well, decidedly, and again, you people at home are saying, well, Reg-Eye Graber, why are they? It's because their defense has given them leads almost every football game, whereas last year they were playing from 2 and 3 touchdowns behind. Samuel on that quick toss. Anton Samuel on the 2nd and 14 got back to the original line of scrimmage where the football was snapped to start this drive. Kent State's defense, you know, again, this comes in today. Bowling Green wants to show that, wait a minute, you don't talk about our offense, we're good. And Kent State's defense is saying everybody's talking about Bowling Green and how good they are. We'll show you what we are.
These are two outstanding defensive teams, and these are two offensive teams that run the football very well. Strength against strength, no question. Both sides of the football.
Oh, absolutely. All right, Bowling Green now just 1 of 4 in third down pickups. See what Matt Schultz gets. He's going to go 3 wide. Jordan Hopgood offset. Play clock running down. Did he get a timeout before it hit 0? There's your answer. He did. Dangerously close to that play clock expiring.
Well, it's always a danger, you know, when you're trying to get a look at the defense and audible and check plays. And, of course, that's the quarterback's job. You've got to be looking at that 25-second clock. And he got it. He got the call in time.
Mentioned the turnarounds that Dave Clawson experienced at both Fordham and the Atlantic 10. I mean, you know, football in the Bronx, New York State, a football program there, and also then down in Richmond before he went to the University of Tennessee. All right, we'll take a timeout. Kent State leads, and we'll be right back. Energy meter is all dialed up to the maximum today, and a sun-splashed third Saturday in the month of November MAC East title on the line here at Deutsch Perry Stadium with Doug Graber and all of our crew. I'm Michael Reg-Eye. Great to have you with us. 3rd and 9 for Matt Schultz. going to unload it. And that football faded out of bounds as he led receiver Chris Gallen into that Kent State boundary. That's a quick 3 and out. And Bowling Green, after the Freddie Cortez field goals, can't move it, got to kick it away.
Well, defensive coordinator for Kent State, John Heacock, dealed up a zone blitz that time. And the zone blitzes are driving Bowling Green crazy. And you know what? They've done that to everybody this year, though.
Eric Adeyemi at that 20-yard line as Brian Schmidtbush. Oh, he hit it nicely. Got it to turn over. Look at Adeyemi. The glare of the sun. He just said, I'm going to get out of here. I can't see the football.
Yeah, he said it right off the bat.
That was pretty obvious.
Yep. Two outstanding punters in Schmidtbush and, of course, Melchiori for Kent State.
So Kent State back with the football again. And Doug, you know, we mentioned David Clawson and how successful. How about the job that Darrell Hazel has done? Doug, they started 1-6 last year. There's a good look at Coach Hazel. Spent 8 years with Jim Tressel on the staff at Ohio State, but so many stops in his assistant coaching career. And he says every one of them, he's taken something. But look at the first 10 of last year, and the last 10 is we won 9 of them. The only loss to Kentucky in week 2 as Spencer Keith will step into that throw, and he will connect with Josh Boyle, the true freshman out of Venice, Florida.
Well, in Kent State has been a graveyard. Let's face it, for the last 30 years for coaches, 2 winning seasons in 30-something years.
That's a pretty apt way to put it,
well,
Coach.
It has been. And that takes a lot of guts to even take a job like that. And, boy, it's just incredible what they've done. They've won 8 in a row. 13 out of their last 15 they've won.
Yeah, it's truly phenomenal. This is Dree Archer with speed. Look out now. Dree Archer. Lightning bolts his way. See you later. That's 79 yards for Dree Archer. The 4.3 speed that might be unparalleled around the FBS.
You talk about explosive, electric, exciting. There's just not enough adjectives for that young man. This is really, just look at the burst and one missed tackle, and that's it. He's gone. He does it over and over and over. That is his 26th rushing play of over 20 yards this year. Amazing.
Well, the eye-popping numbers are just absolutely incredible. Freddie Cortez to add the PAT, and see, that's how quickly he can get out the back door. Let's take another look at Dree Archer. 79 yards, burst to the zone, 10-0, Kent State. 40, Kent State Golden Flashes. Quarterback Greg Kokel connects with, that's Gary Pinkel, former Toledo, now Missouri head coach. 37-yard touchdown, 7-3 Kent State. Now Kent State down. Gerald Tinker, 63 yards. Punt return touchdown, 14-10 Kent State over Bowling Green. Kent State, look, who's that? That's Nick Saban, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Saban with the strip and saved a touchdown, came up with the fumble recovery. Bowling Green committed 3 turnovers in the fourth quarter. Kent State held on to beat the heavily favored Falcons 14-10. They won a MAC championship 40 years ago. Look at Kent State at practice on Tuesday. Head coach Darrell Hazel said, gentlemen, this is what we're playing for the first time in 40 years to be a MAC champion. Coach Graber, you go through. Look at that list from 1972.
Don James, one of the all-time greats in the coaching profession. Larry Poole was a great running back. How about Jack Lambert? Pretty good middle linebacker, I would say. Kokel was really good as a quarterback.
Yeah. How about our producer Greg Logan and our associate producer Tom Boschetta coming up? They got the coaches in. Big plays from Gary Pinkel, tight end, and Nick Saban. 3 national championships, Nick Saban, with 2 different schools, right?
Not bad.
Making that strip, get the football out, recovery as a DB. They were the James gang, Don James gang, back in 1972. All right, let's see if Bowling Green's got an answer. This is John Pettigrew on the return. And Pettigrew is going to get wrestled down by Darius Polk, who wears number 1, just like Dree Archers. All of you know in college football, you can have duplicate numbers on each side of the football.
Boy, Pettigrew, I'll tell you what, he missed a crack there. I mean, to his left as he ran that football back, there was a D-cleaner, great block, and he had a seam. He missed it.
Doug, how important is this drive now? 8:27, and then again, now that, that's the exclamation point. It's not just that Dree Archer took it to the house, it's that is Dree Archer. And they worked so hard all week long to try to keep him contained. And now Bowling Green finds himself down 10-0.
Yeah, they absolutely have to answer the bell here. They have to get a drive going and help their defense out. Oh,
Schultz came middle. He's got him. Chris Gallen. Gallen with speed. Touchdown, Bowling Green. How about that for a Bowling Green answer? 72-yard hookup. Matt Schultz, Chris Gallen.
Well, that was his own blitz. Take a look at it right there, and there's a crack in the seam right there. Ran a little stutter route. They misread it. Great plan by offensive coordinator Warren Mercurial. The stutter is what got him.
If you would see it out there in coverage, linebacker C.J. Malaulu out of Oceanside, California, froze.
That's right.
Momentarily. And then looked for help over his shoulder that wasn't there.
Yeah, wasn't there.
Adding the PAT will be Steven Stein. We look like prophets. We said they need an answer, and Matt Schultz and Chris Gallen provide. Watch 43 in white, C.J. Malaulu, the linebacker.
Yeah, that just a little stutter step by the receiver. Can't quite see it there, and the safety busted the coverage. That was Malaulu at the top of the screen. .64 Gallen out of Orlando.
The excitement, as we said, is dialed up in here. Why? Here's what's at stake. Kent State will clinch not only a 10-win season with 1 to go and establish a new record, but for them, more importantly, clinch their first ever MAC East Division crown. And Bowling Green, they win today, and in their finale, they're playing it down in Columbus, but it's their home game.
Right, it's a home
against
game.
Buffalo. They would represent the MAC East, and they'd have a campaign that would show 9 wins and get them to Detroit again. Either Kent State or Bowling Green is going to face the very talented Huskies in Northern Illinois.
Now, they're going to try to keep it away from Archer back there.
Adeyemi will come up on the run. Eric Adeyemi Doug, you got to give something. I know you don't want Archer to have the football, so you say, but now this is, Kent State's going to start from the 37-yard line. Yeah. Excellent operating position, but it is the lesser of two problems.
We talked to Mike Elko, the defensive coordinator, yesterday. You just can't kick the football to Archer. You can't. You just can't do it. He's that good. Averages 40 yards in return. He said, hey, we'll give him the ball on the 30, 32. Now, they just can't take that chance. He's already demonstrated that. We've seen it.
In back-to-back plays, Dree Archer went 79 yards and housed it. And then, as Kent State went up 10-0, Matt Schultz and Chris Gallen hooked up from 71. Bubble screen from quarterback Spencer Keith as he's able to find Matt Hurdle. Hurdle, a senior out of Richmond, Virginia. And football was ripped away. Bowling Green has got the football. Josh Pettis, who backs up Boo Boo Gates. Pettis out of Detroit Southwestern High School came up with the rip.
Now he just took it right out of his arms. Take a look at this play by Pettis right here. Watch this. I got it. That's a fumble, no question about it. Pettis playing for the injured Boo Boo Gates comes up with a huge play for Bowling Green.
Yeah, and Hurdle came down on the top of defender Gabe Martin, the outside linebacker. Martin made the initial hit. And Bowling Green now with a chance, as we're at the 8-minute mark of the second quarter, to take the lead on this drive. Schultz, the seam route. It was batted down and almost picked off. Dangerous throw that was broken up by Luke Batten out of Nordonia High School, Macedonia, over in the Cleveland area. 230-pound senior with a breakup.
And you're absolutely right. That was dangerous, and they were expecting the zone blitz, and they dropped 8. And almost threw it to the middle backer.
And how much confidence might have Matt Schultz got after when he hit that big one to Chris Gallen?
Well, he got a lot, but I'll tell you, he lost a little bit on that throw.
Well, he'll drill that out. He comes right back to Chris Gallen. Gallen's got a first down on that pitch and catch. Sidney Salter, the Kent State corner, was giving Gallen all kinds of cushion.
Yeah, into the sideline. And the 6'4" Gallen ran a nice route. That was a confident throw by Schultz right there. That might be other than the touchdown, that might be the best throw. Yeah, his numbers, you look at him, 108 yards but most of it on that one play. 5 out of 12.
Yep. Move the change though, the 27-yard line now. And this 10-7 Kent State lead. Back to the ground game, Anton Samuel. Samuel got taken down by that active, strong safety, Luke Wallet. Samuel, though, you like that. Got 5 on first down to kind of open your playbook if you're Dave Clawson and Warren Ruggiero.
Yeah, I can't emphasize enough how concerned they are with all the zone blitzes that Kent State brings, and just they come from every direction. Safeties, linebackers, it's very tough on an offensive football team.
Roosevelt Nix, that outstanding defensive tackle. 3 technique for Kent State has been quiet so far today. Anton Samuel. Well, look at Kent State flow to the football. The first to arrive for the Golden Flashes, and again, they are flying around. Devontae Strickland had a part of the stop. There's a good look at Roosevelt Nix. Again, the MAC Defensive Player of the Year as a freshman in 2010, and first-team All-MAC last season.
Well, without question, the 2 top defensive tackles in the conference we're seeing here today in Nix and Jones.
3rd and 5 as you take a look at it. The 3 wide along with the big tight end, Alex Bear, offset. Schultz will find Bear underneath, trying to get to those sticks to keep this drive going. He's going to come up about a yard short. He had a flag, too. There was movement along both fronts.
Offside, the defense number 5. It's a 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
This time they had Roosevelt Nix out at defensive end, and no question he jumped right there. And the flag came out late, but no question that was the call. That's going to set up 3rd and short now, Mike.
And that line to make is right at the 17-yard line. So let's call it third and a short one. There's Roosevelt, Nix, Lombardi, Nagurski, Outland watch list this year.
Boy, what a player.
Third down to short one. So we're inside 6 minutes left in this opening half. What a good one it's been. Schultz going to power behind the Chief. At center, David Chief Kakweva. And Doug Raber, David Chief Kakweva, a junior college young man from Hawaii. There he is, number 65. He has become quite a celebrity on campus here at Bowling Green.
Everybody knows the Chief. Everybody as he goes around this campus. And I'll tell you, he is a good football player. Interesting how he ended up here at Bowling Green out of Western Arizona Junior College. We'll get to that later.
We will. It's a fun story that Dave Clawson told us. Red zone time for Bowling Green. Got to tell you about the red zone as Anton Samuel not going to be able to get to the edge again. Luke Wallet again came up from that strong safety spot. But Doug, I just mentioned the red zone, and I want your thoughts. Now, this is a part of the game where Bowling Green's had a fantastic year, but oh, do they struggle in the red zone?
Yeah, it's been a problem all year, and of course, and their field goal kickers have struggled last in the MAC now in red zone offense, and that's already manifested itself today. They missed a field goal.
They did, and let's see. I mean, you at some point you got to start having sevens and not threes, and even when they, as you said, they lined up for threes, they haven't been successful there. Anton Samuel tried to get inside, but that ability to slant and flow to the football. Luke Batten, who wears number 30, the middle linebacker, had a stop, and also in with them was Mark Fackler, that very, very fine. There's Fackler, number 47, the defensive end.
Yeah, he's had 3 interceptions in the last 3 games, and all on zone drops. On the zone blitzes, where you drop your defensive end.
So in the red zone, after the first down from Schultz, 2 Anton Samuel carries have netted 2 yards.
Yep.
Third down and 8, line to make down at the 5-yard line. Jordan Hopgood will offset. Schultz, gun and end zone. Broken up and picked off and then dropped. Oh, what an outstanding play out of that Kent State secondary is with his hands on the football. That's Leon Green, the safety, had been starting, but then Norman Wolf came back.
Right, watch Green right there. Oh, and that was Malaulu that first got a hand on it, and Green was right there as well. There's the big linebacker, tips it first, and Green almost came down with it. Wow.
Now here you go. You got a 30-yard opportunity here now from Tyler Tate from the right hash to tie this football game. Tate will hit that line drive and drill it. Put 3 on the board for Bowling Green. 10 unanswered for Bowling Green's Falcons. They get in the red zone. They don't get the 7 they want, but Tate converts to tie it at 10.
Right, and the one thing I don't like about that kick is he does not get the ball up very fast, and I'll tell you, those are going to get blocked. It's just a matter of time unless he can start elevating that football a little bit higher.
Exactly what you expected?
Yep, well, again, the difference in the game is Dree Archer. There you see Coach Clawson. He said, you know what, if we're going to get a big play, we have to trick them. Kent State has got Dree Archer. There's no trick there.
Don't you love the way, though? And again, here's that combination. It looks like a pistol formation, almost, if you were lining up. They try to hide Dree Archer behind Eric Adeyemi, and on the approach, they'll pick a side to try to disguise to have you kick the football to Archer. And look at the hesitation as they'll hang it short. Eric Adeyemi from the 30. Again, though, outstanding field position as Kent State will start from their own 45-yard line. Look at this from our high end zone angle.
All right, now Stein here is going to read it on the run, and he's going to kick it away from, Dree Archer went to his right, so he kicked the ball opposite. He's trying to read it on the run. That's amazing.
Coach, I love it. I got to give a bit. What gamesmanship, huh, by both coaches?
Well, now, the bad news is Kent State's got great field position.
And that's what we brought out last time. You got to give something, right? If you're looking to keep the football away from an absolutely superb talent like Dree Archer, you have to give something, and you're giving up field position.
Fear is a very powerful emotion, and they're fearful of giving the ball to Archer. You just can't do it. He's that good.
Well, there he is. He averages 40 per kickoff return for 3 TDs. This is quarterback Spencer Keith. Spencer Keith at a second level. Spencer Keith has got 15 yards and a Kent State first down.
Well, I credit Dree Archer with that because all of the Bowling Green defenders were keyed in on Archer. Keith pulled the football. He's had 97 yards rushing in the last 2 games. This is a little bit different now for them on the zone read to have Keith keep the football.
They compete. They made him compete for his job this year with David Fisher, a JC transfer, and Colin Reardon, a true freshman. And Darrell Hazel said he won it. He's going to throw that football away. He had to. He's looking to set up a quick screen. Well, they wanted to. Josh Pettis came in.
He was all over it. He was all over it. They had to throw the football away. That might have been picked. Pettis has been impressive today, filling in for Boo Boo Gates, who I think is just a great defensive back, out with an ankle injury in their last game against Ohio.
We're trying to throw in a tight end delay to Tim Urjavec, a 250-pound tight end. First time we've called him as involved today. Toss sweep, Trayon Durham off the cutback. Durham got about 3. And making a stop is Paul Swan, who wears number 33, third-year sophomore out of the state of Wisconsin for Dave Clawson.
That was a 8-man front that Bowling Green was in. Tough to run against.
Oh, this crowd is alive, huh? As you look at Kent State and their third down conversions. They're near the bottom of the map and moving the chains on third down. What a great atmosphere here at Deutsch Perry Stadium. The orange and brown that favor the Bowling Green Falcons are up and letting them hear it. Quick slant, almost picked off. It was into the hands of Bowling Green's defensive back. As almost coming up with that pick was Jude I.J. Morima.
And honestly, I thought that was a little bit of a short arm by the Kent State receiver.
They had their dime package on, so 4th and 8 now as Kent State's Anthony Melchiori is going to have to hit it away. And in that return spot, again for the Bowling Green Falcons. Got a couple of fair catches today. Ryan Burbrink. Football will be down at the 2-yard line.
Well, that was Malcolm Pennell, and that was a great job down on that football.
All right, let's take a look again at why this one has so much emphasis attached to it today. Kent State's Golden Flashes, they have won 8 football games in a row. They're perfect in the MAC. They lead the East by a game over Bowling Green. Now, both will play on Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. Kent State hosts Ohio at Dick Stadium. Bowling Green has got a home game down at Columbus Crew Stadium against Buffalo. Kent State wins today, though. They're going to Detroit, MAC East champion.
It's done.
Bowling Green, if they beat Kent State today, they'll also have to win next week. And then they'll clinch the trip to Detroit. Minute 59 left in the first half. How good has this been, huh? 10-10 tie. Now we've got flags flying out of the secondary.
7, half the distance to the goal, still first down.
And I think Dave Clawson would just be thrilled to get this over with without giving the football back to Kent State. Kent State has all 3 timeouts left. If they get a stop here, they're going to have great
Bowling Green
field
and
position.
a timeout before the clock expired.
Well, take away what would have been half the distance to the goal. No penalty flag because Bowling Green did get a timeout as Dave Clawson went to Tom McCabe and said we called timeout.
Right. And that's just a good job of coaching. They're going to let that clock run down as far as he could, and he called the timeout. Nice.
Michael Reggai, Doug Graber with you, with all of our ESPN MAC crew. Great to have you part of it. It's just fabulous. Sun-splashed November Saturday with this MAC East Division crown on the line. And Doug, the thing you mentioned about as you look at Darrell Hazel, this football team, again, I mentioned it after that Norman Wolf interception. They are second in the nation with a plus 20. Plus 20, Doug, that's a +2 every football game on average.
Amazing. And, you know, that's
turnover margin.
Last year, they were 12th in the nation in turnover margin. They just do a great job of coaching it, and they get turnovers defensively.
They look to rip the football out. All right. And Bowling Green's well aware of that from the 2-yard line in this 10-10 tie. Schultz will stay on the ground and run the tailback, John Pettigrew. Pettigrew, the little bigger of the back. He got a couple. Mark Fackler, number 47, from that defensive end spot in on the Kent State hit. And Fackler got some help from C.J. Malaulu. And Darrell Hazel said, okay, you want to run? I'm going to call a timeout.
Absolutely.
Dead ball, personal foul on the offense, number 55. You have to distance field goal, the down counts. It'll be second down.
You know what? Hazel didn't have to worry about burning that timeout because Alex Huddle got hit with a personal foul here. It's always the second.
Always the second guy. Always. I mean, that wasn't much of a personal foul, but that's unfortunate.
Huddle gave a slight shove.
Just a little push.
To Luke Beck. Yeah. Slight.
Second, you call the second guy in, always gets it.
Well, and don't forget now, Kent State has 3 timeouts left.
Yep.
And Kent State said, no, we'll decline that penalty. They want the down box to turn. Show and blitz, golden flashes.
Look out.
Pettigrew got belted. Did he get out of that end zone? Barely. Oh, did he take a shot?
Whoa.
Jake Dooley, who had 3 sacks and 4 tackles last week against Miami. Look at Dooley, number 51 here.
And there's the penetration from the zone blitz, and that was the safety in the center guard gap. That was Luke Wallet, the safety, that really caused the initial penetration.
And ran him right into Jake Dooley.
Yeah.
Now you got a 3rd and 10. Still 1:14 left. A world of time, and unless now, here's where the the X and O chess game happens. If you're Dave Clawson on the Bowling Green sideline, how comfortable do you feel about putting this up out of your own end zone on 3rd and 10 to try to keep a drive alive?
Well, you know, I'll tell you, of course, the difference here is 1:14 left. I always like play-action passes down inside. With the quarterback giving him a run-pass option and an outcut, they're always going to be in some kind of 3-deep zone. Always. I mean, you have to be down here. I would not be afraid to do it.
So you tell Matt Schultz, hey, pick up the first down for us, but be real careful.
Yeah,
be real careful about what you do with the football.
And don't take a safety, whatever you do.
3rd and 11. It shows a run formation, and they will run the football. As the tailback, again, John Pettigrew gets stacked up. Darrell Hazel uses his 2nd timeout after Pettigrew got 4 out to the 5. 4th down and 4th down about 7 minutes, 7 to go. World of time now for Kent State, still with a timeout in their pocket.
Right, and you got a great kicker in Cortez, and of course you got number 1. I would look for them to get the football to number 1 some way.
Oh, and for the first time today, by the way, that number 1, as you look at Darrell Hazel's 8-game win streak, 5 on the road, 10 straight over active MAC teams. It started with a win over Bowling Green last year, by the way.
Yep.
But for the first time today, it's been Eric Adeyemi back in the punt return side. It's Dree Archer now. Dree Archer is going to have a shot maybe to return this Brian Schmidbush punt.
That's funny. We asked that question in the conference call. Will you put Archer back there on punts? He avoided that. I know why now. This is, I think, the first punt return for him all year.
Yes. The kick return guy, terrific all-purpose, but it's usually Eric Adeyemi who handles the punt returns. Schmidbush. Oh, this is returnable. Dree Archer for the 45. How about the work of Bowling Green special teams? What an outstanding hit. As that was a Devon McCoy, a young secondary performer, That's a special, special play as a gunner on punt cover.
But it's a great punt. Great punt. That set it up. And, wow, that is huge, huge for Bowling Green, that tackle on Archer.
Devon McCoy, there he is. Well, this young man gets some time in the secondary and nickel and dime packages. Big time play.
Yep.
All right, exactly 60 seconds left in this first half. 10-10 tie.
Archer's in the slot at wide receiver now.
One timeout for Kent State. Play action, Spencer Keith. Keith will step up. Got planted from the backside as that hit came from Chris Jones, the All-American and Outland Trophy nominee. Clock still running. Darrell Hazel wants to keep that one timeout he's got left. Second and 8.
He wants to hold that for his field goal team.
But they're going to have to take a shot here, though. And they need something that's going to rack up some yardage. That out is going to come up way short. As Spencer Keith was looking for Matt Hurdle and one hopped him. Incomplete.
You know, if Bowling Green gets out of this situation without giving up any points from being down inside their 1 yard line, that's a huge turnaround for them right as they go into the half.
So right now, that wide receiving crew on the field for Darrell Hazel and Kent State. Matt Hurdle, the senior from Richmond, Virginia. Chris Humphrey.
25 seconds. Thank you.
Tom McCabe wants a play clock reset. Hurdle, Humphrey. Also Josh Boyle. Dree Archer's been in the slot.
This is nickel defense for Bowling Green, 3rd and about 8.
Keith threw the out again, came up short. One hop, Eric Adeyemi. 3 and out. Kent State didn't do too much with it. They had good field position, and that Bowling Green defense, Devon McCoy on the coverage, rising up. They're going to get the football back now.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Bowling Green is absolutely going to come after this punt, and they've been good at that in the Clausen era. They've blocked 14 kicks now since Dave Clausen has been here at Bowling Green.
4th punt today for Anthony Melchiori. Ryan Burbrink for Bowling Green at his 18-yard line.
They're going to pressure this one big time.
Here they come, and Melchiori got it out of there. Excellent kick from Melchiori. Burbrink had the momentary bobble and then got on it at the 14-yard line. Well, excellent job by the true freshman, Anthony Melchiori, as he hit a 43-yard bomb under pressure.
Coach Hazel said that young man has been the biggest surprise of the season for them. He's just been outstanding as a freshman.
True freshman. A man who played in the outstanding Aurora Green Men program that, in search of a state championship, saw them here in the Buckeye State last night. Aurora with a win over Chardon in Division II. So you're going to have the formation real tight here, and Matt Schultz is going to take a knee. And how about the first 30 minutes of football? The MAC East Division Championship in the balance. Kent State got out to the 10-0 lead on a 79-yard run from scrimmage from Dree Archer, but Matt Schultz was able to hit Chris Gallen on the very next play for 71 yards. We're tied at 10. Commissioner John Steinbrecher coming up, and a look at one of Bowling Green's outstanding defensive players, Ronnie Goebel. All of that when we get back to Deutsch Perry Stadium. Know you're enjoying this 10-10 time.
These fellas used Capital One Venture miles for a golf getaway. Double miles you can actually use. But Mr. Single Miles can't join his friends because he's getting hit with blackouts. Shame on you. Now he's stuck in a miniature nightmare. Oh, thank you. But with the Capital One Venture card, you can fly any airline, any flight, anytime. Double miles you can actually use. What's in your wallet? Alec Jr.? It was a gift.
This is the Capital One Halftime Report. Welcome into the ESPN3 Halftime Report presented by Capital One. I'm Cassidy Hubbarth. Coming up, we'll join the ESPN Goal Line Network in progress to keep you up to date with all the action going on today. Goal Line features unlimited live cut-ins, highlights, and analysis from the biggest matchups throughout the day. But first, let's take a look at this week's Capital One Cup Impact performance. Wednesday night, Jordan Lynch threw for 407 yards and 3 touchdowns as Northern Illinois beat Toledo 31-24 to claim a spot in the Mid-American Conference Championship game. Lynch threw for 296 yards in the third quarter, the most by anyone in a quarter in an FBS game this season. Lynch also had his 10th 100-yard rushing game of the season, the most by a player in Northern Illinois history. He leads the FBS with 4,086 yards of total offense this season. All right, as promised, let's get you updated with everything that's going on today. Enjoying the Goal Line Network presented by Capital One in progress. A reminder that Goal Line is available through participating TV providers, and you can watch on your television or via WatchESPN.com and on the Watch ESPN app. Enjoy.
I think it stinks. I think it stinks. I think the BCS and how we go with all these computers and all this stuff, I think we're ruining it. Because I'm going to tell you what, the playoff in which we have right now, they ain't going to solve it either. What's the playoff going to solve? I mean, you still got the same situation. I mean, I think we're going down. How they got to change how we pick the top teams in this country. You got to change it. That's not working. I think it was better in the old days when you did it by the eye test and did it, and everybody didn't even have a championship game.
The eye test, the human element, there is still something to be said for that. And if you think Chip Kelly has a problem with the computers at Oregon, he's probably got nothing on Jimbo Fisher. They don't even seem to be existent in some of the computer rankings.
Yeah, and they are changing it, actually. There's going to be a committee that'll be put together now that will select the BCS teams as we move forward into this playoff era. So things are going to change a little bit. And it's tough. You know, what would be the perfect system? There isn't one, really. And I think with the steps that they're taking now, with a semifinal matchup so that 4 teams have a chance at the end of the year, I think it's a step in the right direction. I think it's a great deal. And you have to use computers. That's the day and age that we live in. So you're not going to make everybody happy. You start out understanding that, and then you can move forward.
We'll have to wait till 2014 until we see that. Let's take a look at the BCS top 10 as they currently stand. Of course, you can see the rankings each week as they're updated 8:30 Eastern on ESPN with the BCS Countdown Show hosted by Reese Davis and company. Take a look at some of these teams with losses: Alabama, Georgia, Florida, and Florida State seems to trail some teams. Some of these teams have 2 losses, and the Noles with 1 are behind them.
You look at Florida State lost to North Carolina State in a game that they had a 16-point lead and failed to score in the second half. You look at the other teams' losses, and they are 2 significant opponents, in a lot of cases top 10 opponents. So I think Jimbo Fisher's a little bit skewed in that regard.
Florida State has 1 loss, as does Bama, who bounced back quite nicely after the loss to Texas A&M.
On 2nd and 9, little razzle-dazzle.
That's a loose ball.
That's a loose football picked up by Alabama. No penalty flags and a clear path to the end zone for Dion Blue. 64 yards.
Mike, the first scoring opportunity of the day for Western Carolina turns into a touchdown as they try to throw it back to the backup quarterback, Eddie Sullivan. That is a lateral, and alertly, Dion Blue picks the ball.
Arkansas, Mississippi State as they near halftime in Starkville. A lot of cowbell, but it's the Hogs that have the lead on the home team.
They may have gone a little high, and the officials saw that. Gaines will hit you now. He has proven that on a couple of occasions that we've seen Arkansas. He's saying, I didn't lead with my helmet, I led with my shoulder.
Personal foul. Defense, number 26. Contact above the shoulder on the defensive receiver. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Yeah, that's the correct call. Even if you lead with your shoulder, you're going high. Oh, no, that's right under the shoulder pad.
I think that's what Gain was saying, is that he hit him on the shoulder.
He hit him on the shoulder, and he led with his shoulder as well.
But that'll move it just outside the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Bulldogs. Russell to throw to the end zone. Touchdown. Chad Bumpus.
That just can't happen if you're the Arkansas Razorbacks and you get your safety, Rohan Gaines, matched against the best receiver of the Bulldogs in Chad Bumpus.
Well, for Chad Bumpus, that was a big touchdown receptions in terms of records. Takes over the league lead in that department with his 9th, but he also sets a new Mississippi State career touchdown record. Point after is up and good.
Watch Bumpus right here in the middle. The formation dictates how the matchup occurs with the personnel that's on the field, and you get Gaines, who's a former corner, but you don't want him because you don't get very many reps inside down there.
For 8 straight years, Virginia Tech has won 10 or more games. That streak is over.
And there he is again, Bruce Taylor. What a series he is having. Tackling machine.
Yeah, Finch is going to get pretty familiar with number 51. Nobody touches him here as he steps around the block of the tight end, Vitale, and just puts the running back on the ground. Nice job by Taylor to step around the block because they had the tight end there to block him, and he just stepped around it.
6'2", 244-pound redshirt senior in his 5th year from Riceboro, Georgia. Having a terrific first half. 3rd and 17. Reddick throws incomplete.
They took another big shot at the back end of this. Reddick slow to get up, but again, Taylor coming with pressure.
I want you to kick off your championship day festivities with the ACC Championship Chase 5K. The event begins at 8 a.m. on Saturday, December 1st in Uptown Charlotte, and all proceeds benefit the Wounded Warrior Project. Sign up today at acc5k.com. And if you've never run a 5K, it is a fun run. A.J. Hughes rolls to the right and kicks it to the 11-yard line. Boy, that's a nice play, but there's another flag. 31-yard punt. And kind of that rugby kick to it.
Yeah, a lot of teams go into that trying to make it look like they're going to run with the football and not allow teams to get down the field to set up a return. But offside is the call.
I think I said Hughes, of course, meant Lovano.
Checking with
offside on the defense. Now it's declined. 1st down.
So the Hokies will get the ball with 5:57 to play in the first half. 10-3 is our score. Boston College holding on.
That youngster looked like an Alabama fan. Down in the elephant on his head there. Arkansas, Mississippi State, a little SEC action. Bulldogs have lost 3 in a row, but lead by 3 in Starkville.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Arkansas bench. Half the distance from the end of the run. 2nd down.
No, there was players or coaches too close to the field.
Boy, can't have that. Just can't have that. Now you backed him up to 2nd down. And let's call it 13, maybe 14. Here's Johnson. He's met at the 18 and stood up there by Darius Slay.
McKay, the receiver, they kind of peeled back to throw a block for Dennis Johnson, allowed him to pick up about 2 or 3 more yards. And watch the tackle here at the end of this. That was McKay, but right there getting lower than the stronger Dennis Johnson. Darius Slay was a pretty good corner opposite Banks in his own right.
False start. Offense, number 67. 5 yards from the previous spot. Still third down.
Boy, the Razorbacks making it hard on themselves.
Yeah. Well, here's where, if you're Tyler Wilson, you make sure you take care of the football. Trying to force it right now to pick up this first down could get you in a lot of trouble. Not very many plays in the playbook for 3rd and 16.
Little dump off. Pass caught by Herndon, and he'll get it to the 23, a gain of 7. But Josh Boyd, 97, got a great jump on the snap, disrupted that play from the outset.
And like I said, the last 3 weeks, they've been waiting on big Josh Boyd to show up, and he chose Arkansas to reemerge. Had a nice stop on a 3rd down and short, and in there, the pressure pushing the pile all the way to Tyler Wilson.
So here's the punt team led by Dylan Breeding. 2nd in the SEC, 6th in the country in punting average. And a flag comes in. Hubert Owens, our referee, in the backfield, threw the flag on a 36-yard.
Maryland is coming off their worst loss of the season a week ago to Clemson. But FSU is going to give that title a run for its money. It's all Knowles, 3rd quarter underway in College Park.
Especially what Sean Petty can do well from the quarterback position.
Loxley coaches the game from up in the coach's booth. Petty throws over the middle, incomplete. And he said one of the biggest challenges that Sean Petty had to get used to was coming over to the sideline and picking up the phone and having me on the other end airing them out.
Yeah, and that's a little different. You know, for a quarterback, you have to have thick skin. You really have to let a lot of that stuff roll off. And after a coach is done getting heated with you on the phone, you have to say, okay, now how can we improve and move forward? And that's what the linebacker, now turned quarterback, had to do last week and now today.
Showing a pistol look, and Maryland uses a timeout.
Charge timeout, Maryland. It's their first charge timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
Oregon's path to the national title game continues.
Edsel and company call for time. About 2.5 minutes to go in Starkville, Mississippi State, with the ball up 3 on Arkansas.
Well, coming up on the C Spire halftime report, 4 ranked teams in the conference are in action. And still, we'll break down, does the SEC still have a chance to win it all? I say absolutely they do.
Far from over.
And, of course, the legend of Johnny Manziel continues to grow. More on that coming up on the C Spire halftime report.
Johnny football.
Russell to throw, looking for Bumpus, makes the catch. That is a heck of a pass and a catch. Ross Rasner chases him out of bounds with 21 yards on the pickup.
Boy, this is nice because the defender, Ross Rasner, was high on top. So you lead the receiver away from the defender. Watch the corner route right here. Starts inside, does a nice job, and you see Rasner freeze it right there. He's high on top. So now you're going to flatten him out with the throw down in that area. That's working at the highest level.
Russell again to throw. This one sails over the head of Bumpus. A little too much zip on that pass.
You hear the phrase on a corner route, if he's even, you're leaving. So now you lead him more up the field towards the end zone on the corner than flattening him out when the defender's high. So you can move your receivers or win. That's actually winning with a throw as well. Moving him away, throwing him open.
Bumpus with 5 grabs today, 60 yards. Close to football. Arkansas will have it.
I remember earlier in this game, that was a shot in the arm for Mississippi State when Arkansas turned the ball over. Got him up, punt.
Really good on the field.
And
The
now,
fumble recovered by the defense. First down.
all of a sudden, they reciprocate. Give it right back to. It's clearly coming out.
Nice play by the true freshman, Will Hines.
We hope you enjoyed the fast action coverage from the Goal Line Network. We will continue to provide this service every Saturday throughout the college football season. That'll do it for the ESPN3 Halftime Report presented by Capital One. I'm Cassidy Hubbard. Enjoy the second half.
Whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong, gotta be me.
For years, Dr. Pepper has been changing lives, giving away tuition money to students across the country.
My name is Sarah Beth Hill. The Dr. Pepper Scholarship Prize was $123,000. When they turned around and said that I'd won, I really was more in awe than anything else. I'm currently a medical student at the University of South Alabama. Dr. Pepper has totally changed my life. Thank you, Dr. Pepper.
It could be when you first took over?
We don't have a vision of where it could be or should be. It's always based on what our personnel is, but I think we're executing at a real good rate right now. We can beat you running the ball. We can beat you throwing the football. We have weapons at receiver. We have weapons at tight end. We have weapons at running back. We certainly got an outstanding quarterback, and I really like how our offensive line is gelling together. So I envision this group to be a multi-purpose group, and that's what they're doing right now.
Your quarterback, Marcus Mariota, how has he performed this year so far compared to what your expectations of him were coming into the season?
We don't really have expectations. We just want guys to play within themselves, and I thought Marcus had an opportunity to be a special player, and I think that's what he's proven. The great thing about him is he very rarely makes the same mistake twice. He's a great learner, great decision maker, and then you couple that with just the athletic ability he has, the ability to run, got outstanding speed, very accurate passer. So he's playing the way we expect him to play, and he's playing at a really high level right now.
How much better can he get?
Everybody can get better. You know, Peyton Manning gets better, Tom Brady gets better, and I think that's what Marcus is that our whole deal here is you've never arrived. You're always striving to be better than you were the day before, the week before, and he understands that himself, so I believe he can get better. I don't really know what his ceiling is, but we'll try to find out what that is.
It seems like this time of year there are always positions that are either coming open or rumored to be coming open, and your name's been thrown out there a lot for potential NFL openings. What do you make of all that?
I make that we're getting ready to play Stanford, and the same thing we talk to our players about all the time is focus on what you can control, and we control how well we prepare for our next opponent, and the rest of that stuff just goes in one ear and goes out the other. We don't really pay attention to it, whether it's BCS rankings, job openings, the weather, all those other things. Outside influences, we don't let affect us.
Back in January when you turned down the Buccaneers job to stay here, you said that you had unfinished business to take care of at Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
What is that unfinished business?
Unfinished business is what this program looks like and how our players behave and act and grow on a daily basis, whether they're growing intellectually, whether they're growing spiritually, whether they're growing physically. I believe that's what our job is, and seeing our young group mature like the way they are, that's what our deal is. It's got nothing to do with wins and losses. It's got to do with your performance on a daily basis.
Coach, thanks so much for your time, and best of luck against Stanford.
All right, Brad.
Chip Kelly, Ducks head coach, with our Brad Edwards. Their conversation from yesterday. College Game Day on ESPN Radio. Usually we do a lot of game breaks in this early slate, the noon window, but these games are terrible. Cupcake wars going on in the SEC, so we're just going to, if something happens story-wise, we'll let you know. The Big Ten had a bunch of injuries earlier, but nothing that as of note right now. Here's a question I want to ask you, Trevor. So many rumors about Chip Kelly and his future, and a lot of these are because it felt like he almost left for Tampa Bay Buccaneers last year in the NFL. Oregon, their approach, Chip's approach, how does that translate to the pro league?
Well, certain parts would translate well. I mean, as far as it looks so crazy with all the eye candy and people running around, it's basically a power offense and a zone blocking offense. And if you've got guys that can block, the scheme itself will work. As far as the up-tempo side of it goes, it would have less effect, I think, in the NFL.
Let's take a look at our first half highlights brought to you by YP.com. Dree Archer, the Braver, 79 yards to the house.
Well, incredible speed. You know, it's just it's a man amongst boys when he's out there speed-wise. Unbelievable. And of course, here we go again. And this is Chris Gallen. He ran a stutter go route. Totally fooled the Kent State secondary, and Schultz put it right on the money.
Yeah, that brought it back to 10-7, and then Bowling Green would tie it at 10 apiece. So, look, here you go. As far as 79 of those of Kent State's 161 came from, of course, Dree Archer. The numbers depict a stout, very sturdy defensive presence from both football teams.
Yeah, and other than the big play, Michael, you're right. Both teams have played good defense against the running game. The key number for me is Matt Schultz hit 38% of his passes in the first half. They're going to need him to step up as we take a look at the MAC scoreboard brought to us by Marathon. Just getting started, Central Michigan and Miami. Of course, Eastern and Western doesn't start till 2, Buffalo, UMass. And of course,
Wednesday night?
Wednesday. That was an amazing game. And Ball State, they just keep going. Boy, they're having a great year.
Pete Lumbo and Ball State just absolutely offensively dynamic. And Jordan Lynch, as we just showed you, came up with a huge quarterbacking and offensive performance as Northern Illinois keeps rolling. Another 10-win season for the Huskies. They beat Toledo 31-24. All right, settle in. Y'all set to go? We've got to half number 2 in this 10-10 tie. Again, Eric Adeyemi and Dree Archer are going to line up at the 15-yard line. There you see him. And Archer, they'll play a guessing game and see if they can get the football kicked to them.
And the kicker, Stein, is going to have to, he tries to read it on the run, and whichever way Archer goes, he kicks it away from that.
There's Stein. He's going, this is going to be very short. Now, that's a free football. That's a free football. Still loose. Bowling Green had a couple of shots to get on that, and Kent State was able to finally secure it with Dree Archer coming all the way across the football field and get on it.
Well, this is a lob kick, and Kent State, this is a mistake. They should have fair caught this right there. Oh, wow, what an opportunity missed by Bowling Green.
Yeah, that was Jude I.J. Morima, who had a shot at that and was not able to come up with a football. And Kent State will start with the first possession of this quarter number 3. And again, can't amplify enough. Kent State wins today. They go to Detroit and win a MAC East crown. Off that read zone, there's the quarterback, Spencer Keith. Love that, and Keith has been able to run the football effectively out of it.
Yeah, that's really been a thing that's been at the late in the season. Today, look at the drive chart here so far for Kent State, and just the one fumble that led to 3 points, and then 2 punts at the end.
And that zone read carry, Spencer Keith got 6. Bowling Green showing blitz. They love to do that. Of course, middle linebacker, Dwayne Woods. This is Trayon Durham, and Durham just got belted. Chris Jones, making that contact. He wears number 91, the All-American senior.
But they have shut down Durham here in this football game. He averaged 1.3 in the first half, did Durham, and he certainly is down below that now.
3rd down and 6. There's Chris Jones, as we said. He's first in the MAC, 5th in the FBS with his 11.5 sacks, and of course, 17.5 tackles for loss. Top of the list everywhere. This is 3rd and 6 for Spencer Keith. Backside blitz coming. Keith got out of it. He's got a first down. Football came out. Bowling Green's all over it. They have forced another turnover as the Falcons come up with the football. Big takeaway out of the secondary for Bowling Green. Is all over that football for the Falcons. Came up with it. I think it was Cameron Truss that came away with it, didn't he?
Well, I'll tell you what, this is the old Buddy Ryan 46 defense, and the tackle was made by DJ Lynch from behind, which forced the fumble. Ball comes out.
Aaron Foster came up with the fumble recovery.
Yep, and that was DJ Lynch that forced it. Boy, that was great team defense. Great field position.
Bowling Green will take it right back. And this is Anton Samuel. He hasn't been able to get loose today. How about that stick from C.J. Malaulu?
Let's take another look at that fumble now. Right there, the ball comes out. No question about that. Nice. That was good technique and recovered a fumble. He rolled into the ball. That's exactly the way it's coached.
Doug, we mentioned that Tremont Durham was having a hard time getting loose. So is Anton Samuel. This is Alex Bayer. And Bayer on that tight end screen got dragged down from behind as making that hit for Kent State out of the secondary is Leon Green.
Boy, they caught him in it. They caught him in a zone blitz. And if the right tackle, Jordan Roussos, makes that block, he's gone. They caught him in it.
Trying to get the football in the hands of Alex Bayer, the outstanding Bowling Green tight end.
Third 7.
Yep. Schultz had it batted down. Is coming free was standing Roosevelt Nix, defensive tackle.
These two defensive tackles, Nix and Jones, they are spectacular football players.
John Hickok's bold Kent State defense has forced a 4th and 7, but with from the 36-yard line. Dave Clawson at Bowling Green looking to pick it up. The line to make is at the 30. 3 wide to the bottom of your screen. Schultz on the roll. Matt Schultz will fire it. It is caught by Chris Gallen. First down, Bowling Green at the 25 of Kent State.
Well-designed play by offensive coordinator Coach Ruggiero. They're going to move the pocket on 3rd down, and Gallen's wide open and right there. What a play. Gutsy call.
That was long developing, too.
Yeah.
They waggled Schultz all the way from the middle of the football field inside this near boundary. First down call to the tailback, and just absolutely nothing there for tailback John Pettigrew. Good to see the swarm from that Kent State defense.
You know, and I'm wondering if Anton Samuel has been injured here. Normally, I see him standing on the sideline. He looks okay, but normally in the second half, you'd start with your starter at tailback. Wonder if he might maybe dinged up.
His first Bowling Green possession of the 3rd quarter, they forced Spencer Keith, the Kent State quarterback, to turn it over. They just hit a big 4th down and 7. Now behind the sticks again, it's 2nd and 12. Play action, pressure. Schultz put it up for grabs, and it was dropped by Chris Gallen. Gallen was being covered by Norman Wolf, who's had an INT in the first half.
Yeah, but boy, you got to help your quarterback out here. That was a very catchable football, and that would have, made it 3rd and about 3 if he comes up with that ball.
Let's see if Bowling Green can pick this up, but if they don't convert, Doug, and the football stays right where it is, you'll be looking at about a 44-yard field goal, and the kick game has just been so iffy this year.
Yeah, he may go for it again.
Yeah, he might. 3rd and 12, line to make down at the 15 now.
Here comes the blitz, no question. Here it comes.
Schultz gonna throw the fade to the corner. It is caught. Sean Joplin, touchdown, Bowling Green.
That was a big-time throw by Schultz. He put it up there where only Joplin could come down with it. He made 2 throws, the 4th down throw and that one. That was Schultz's drive right there. Boy, take a look at this. He just put enough air under it, and of course, that was a great job by Joplin going up and high-pointing the football.
the son of the longtime University of Toledo basketball coach and former outstanding talent on the floor himself, Stan Joplin. Sean with his 3rd touchdown grab of the year. The fade from Matt Schultz. He'll celebrate Bowling Green by 7. Game. Kent State and Bowling Green is brought to you by Cleveland Clinic Sports Health. World-class care on game day and every day. Visit sports-health.org for details. Also by Honda Generators. Enter the Honda Generators tailgate giveaway for your chance to win a new Honda generator. And by First Energy. Our energy is working for you. His Bowling Green bench feeling real good. So does that young man out of Sylvania, Southview High School, Sean Joplin, who's the son of Stan, outstanding Toledo Rocket. Great play and results in 7. It's 17 unanswered for the Bowling Green Falcons after they trailed 10-zip. And it's come off turnovers that Bowling Green has been able to force. Again now, this is hung high. This return is coming from Josh Boyle this time, and Boyle will get knifed down at the 24-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, the unsung hero in my mind for Bowling Green has been Stein, the kicker, because he's kept it away from Archer. They almost recovered that lob kick. Kent State changed the formation. They put Archer over where he put the previous lob kick, and he answered the bell and put it deep and with pretty good hang time. That's crucial.
In the first half, when Dree Archer took it 79 yards to the house to put Kent State up 10-0, we asked how Bowling Green would respond. They responded with 17 unanswered.
Yep.
Now, Spencer Keith has got to find a way. Give the football to Dree Archer, and Archer was dragged down from behind. Making the hit was our guy that we featured at halftime from that Mack family, Ronnie Goebel, out of Plymouth High School in the Detroit area.
And I'll tell you what, if he doesn't make that tackle, look out, because Archer's got a lot of space.
Archer now will give way to Trayon Durham. 17-10. Bowling Green, early 3rd. Great to have you part of it. This is Trayon Durham, and he got tracked down for the backside. There's Gabe Martin again. Doug, we talked about how he popped off the tape yesterday as we were watching the Bowling Green defensive unit. Special player
Yeah, watch him at the top of the screen right there. He just closes on. He's got really good burst. He closed on Durham and really gave him no shot.
Doug, you get the sense, and I know when I say this, Bree Archer could take one to the house immediately, but you're starting to get the sense that Kent State's going to have to start being successful throwing the football to win this.
Well, that's the only way they took the lead. The two key throws by Schultz. Archer's in the slot. There he goes. He's got it.
Archer on the grab. He's got a first down as they hit him on that quick hitch route. Spencer Keith delivered a strike, first down, 13 yards on the hookup from Keith to Dree Archer.
Yeah, you just have to know where Archer is every snap. He's the inside receiver on the slot, and you're going to see DJ Lynch, number 7, come across and make the hit right there.
See that ability to almost change directions in midair.
Oh, wow.
Or give a leg, take it away, and Dree Archer. Such an explosive talent. He caught certainly head coach Dave Clawson and defensive coordinator Mike Elko of Bowling Green's attention this week. And this is Archer, and he has come free. Dree Archer will get pushed out of bounds, but not before. He has got that first down, 15-yard carry. So he catches a 13-yarder on third down for a first down, and then 50 more on the ground game.
Yeah, boy, I'll tell you what, just in space, he's tough to deal with in space. Paul Swan had him, but, you know, he's just hard to tackle, boy, in space.
6 for 124, that's 20 plus per tote for Dree Archer, and he's offset with Spencer Keith. Archer again, he's through a crease, second level. They have gotten horse-collared as he was taken down, and that was Dwayne Woods and Ronnie Goebel on the stop. Archer's just churning it out, 13 on a reception, and now 15 and 11 yards on back-to-back carries.
Yeah, this is just, I think this is a horse collar. They got away with it. Boy, I'll tell you, talk about answering the bell. Here comes Kent State. Look out.
3 consecutive first downs on 3 plays in a row. This is Spencer Keith. He looks at Archer, and it comes sideline, and it is caught. Touchdown, Kent State. Eric Adeyemi made the grab and then found his way up that boundary for 6 as Kent State responds and answers.
Adeyemi is coming on big time for them in the second half of the season, and the defender, ball was tipped. Boy, and I'll tell you what, that was too bad, because that was Aaron Foster that went under for the football. Ball was tipped, I thought. Foster right there, he just missed the football. Wow, you just can't go. If you go underneath, you better come up with the ball.
That's a 32-yard touchdown hookup for Spencer Keith as he connects with Eric Adeyemi. Freddie Cortez on to try to tie it up as you see Devon McCoy being led off the football field. Coach, that's what I asked you as the drive started about Spencer Keith and Kent State. They have to throw the football. Now, they did mix in Dree Archer, but 4 big plays in a row. As Freddie Cortez will tie this up as he is true with his point after touchdown. Quarterback Spencer Keith got it done. It wobbled a little bit. Football deflected right there. But Eric Adeyemi with concentration. Touchdown to tie it up. week update the other night. Quick shot Davis, wide receiver, big time. Talent, North Carolina. Look at that thing. 15 receptions, 174 yards as Carolina squashed Virginia. Beat the Hoos by 24. Text a vote if you like to 34763 from your mobile phone. You can vote that way, and that'll give you a chance at a trip to the national championship game coming up in January of 2013. Michael Regai alongside Doug Graber and all of our tremendous ESPN crew. At Kent State scoring drive, it started slow, but then it picked up with Dree Archer and culminated with Spencer Keith. 32-yard touchdown bolt to Eric Adeyemi.
Yeah, it picked up big time, and Archer had 3 huge plays in that drive.
Freddie Cortez will kick this away, and this is John Pettigrew for the 5. A lot of collision there as Pettigrew will bounce his way to the 23-yard line. 18-yard return for John Pettigrew. Now bring on Matt Schultz once again. He threw a touchdown throw, a beauty on that fade route to the pylon in the corner to Sean Joplin on the last Bowling Green possession.
I'm sure that Coach Clausen hopes he's getting into kind of a rhythm here, because he made a key 4th down throw, and as you mentioned, the touchdown pass on the last series. Because Kent State has done a pretty good job defensively of shutting down a really potent running attack.
I'll start from the 24-yard line. 3-step drop for Schultz. It'll dump the throw that Chris Gallen will make the grab on. That's good for 9 in front of that Kent State bench.
Well, that's 3 outstanding throws in a row now by Schultz. He really just is much more confident the way he's releasing that football.
Nice day for Chris Gallen, huh? And that big one was that touchdown throw of 71 yards in the first half. Well, nice when you get 9 on first down. Anton Samuel. Well, he has not been able to get on track today. An outstanding tackle from the middle linebacker, Luke Batten, Nordonia High School in the Cleveland area. And now look at Bowling Green. They picked up the first down. Samuel only got 1, but it was enough.
They had a quad out to the right.
Schultz, nowhere to go. Came back underneath. Sean Joplin worked back to the football. 12 yards, first down, Bowling Green.
That's 4 outstanding throws in a row now by Schultz. And that was the plan on 3rd down. They want movement. They want him to move the pocket. They think that's their best chance. And boy, that's nice. Good timing.
Great to have you with us. Tied at 17 apiece. Exactly what we expected. Don't go anywhere. Pull up a chair, grab your favorite beverage, maybe a sandwich, and enjoy. Back to the ground game. That's an inside delayed draw. Not much there for John Pettigrew. Roosevelt Nix was in the middle of it for Kent State defensively, and also had some help from Luke Wallen.
And again, Anton Samuel has only really been in. He's really split reps totally pretty much with John Pettigrew, the senior today.
Well, you know, hey, listen, tribute to defenses. 2 excellent running backs. Trayon Durham, Kent State, Anton Samuel, Bowling Green. Neither one of them have got on track.
Shut down, both of them by the defense. Wow, there's a collision right there now.
Look at Kent State run to the football as once again they were able to put the hit on John Pettigrew. That's Dana Brown along with Mark Fackler. Dana Brown, you know, how does an almost 300-pounder go unnoticed? I guess when you play next to Rosie Nix.
Yep.
Kent State showing blitz, Doug, on 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, 3-man front with Nix out at right defensive end.
Matt Schultz got to make a hit here to keep the drive alive. He's going to come left side. And that throw is to Jordan Hopgood, but Luke Batten was there in space. Bowling Green is going to have to punt the football away as Schultz' throw only got a couple to Hopgood.
Boy, they really need Spinnabush now to come up with a great punt and get him down inside the 20.
Eric Adeyemi, the touchdown maker. There he is on the last possession for Kent State in the deep spot. Smitterbush has had a very nice day, though. Punting the football for Bowling Green. He will hang this high. Adeyemi wants the fair catch and will put it away at the 16-yard line. Don't go away. Back to Spencer Keith. His turn, quarterbacking-wise for Kent State. Tied at 17 apiece. Do not move. To Kent State and Bowling Green with a MAC East Division crown and a trip to Detroit's Ford Field on the line. Let's talk hoops, though. Basketball fans, do not miss the chance to see NC State, UConn, Texas, and Georgetown. They'll square off at the Mecca of hoops, Madison Square Garden, New York City, December 4th, part of the Jimmy V Classic. There's your ticket opportunity on sale. Visit jimmyv.org or call Ticketmaster for this premier college basketball event. All right, let's go with 4:31 left in quarter number 3. Tied at 17 apiece for Spencer Keith. And this is Trayon Durham. Best run of the afternoon for Trayon Durham as he got 9 to bring up second and short. Doug, I'll say it again. Best run of the day for Trayon Durham, the 250-pound man.
Yeah, by far the best run of the day. And watch him on the middle backer right there. Right there, he had a collision with Dwayne Woods, and that's 250 pounds coming at you now, and it showed.
Dwayne Woods is right there at that number 2. A strong 240-pound linebacker. All right, against Kent State today. They're over the 200-yard mark, and remember, in their 8-game win streak, Gray Archer and Trayon Durham have averaged 228 between them a game, and this is Gray Archer. That time, Bowling Green got him corralled, but he did on second and short get 3, move the sticks, first down, Kent State.
Yeah, he got the first down, no question.
Doug, when we talk about this young man's speed, world-class speed, but how did it all materialize for him to be able to find his way out of Florida here to Kent State?
Well, he never ran track in high school. He went out as a senior just to try to get faster. Second in the state in the 100 meters. Had never run before. You know who was third? Desmond Robinson, right up the road.
Sure.
False start on the offense, number 88. A 5-yard penalty, still first down.
I don't know how fast he is, but I know one thing. He's faster than anybody else on this field. I can guarantee you that.
As a false start that got leveled on Casey Pierce. Casey Pierce is the sophomore backup tight end. Plays behind Tim Erjavec. But Gray Archer, again, he has, and I've said it many times, our good friend, head coach Butch Jones at Cincinnati, had Antonio Brown at Central Michigan. Now Spencer Keith will keep the football. Keith got back that 5 plus a couple more that Kent State had lost. The Antonio Brown comparison that played for Butch Jones at Central Michigan, you think it's an apt one?
Oh, man. maybe this young man's absolutely as dynamic as Antonio Brown. No question about that. Now, is he a running back at the next level? Is he a wide receiver? Is he a return guy? Oh, yeah. No, he's a fabulous return guy at the next level.
That's 2nd and 8. Spencer Keith going to load it up, and then is hauled in. What an outstanding grab from Matt Hurdle. Hurdle went, let's check that. Let's check it. It wasn't Hurdle, it was Chris Humphrey who made the catch. Hurdle wears 8, Humphrey wears 6. Humphrey made the grab. The young man out of Solon High School.
And this senior quarterback, Spencer Keith, right there, boy, he has made some plays. He's a 3.79 pre-med guy, and as a senior, boy, he has given him a great season.
Play action for Keith. Wants to throw that comeback route, and it just wasn't there as Dwayne Woods was planning him. I mentioned Matt Hurdle a moment ago. Hurdle was running that comeback, and Dwayne Woods, though, was like a shot after Spencer Keith.
Yeah, and the comeback was very, very well covered by John Pettis. No place to go with the football.
Now, going back to Dree Archer, who's back on the football field, the one thing, though, he's very raw at route running right now. And that's something that, of course, Antonio Brown, now with the Pittsburgh Steelers, just phenomenal route runner, tremendous hands. Archer just starting that part of his game.
Absolutely correct.
Spencer Keith will keep the football on that zone read again. Keith got knifed down at the 43-yard line. This is going to bring up a 3rd down and a healthy 8, the line to make at the 35-yard line of Bowling Green. The 17-17 tie, and we're inside 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
Let's see what Kent State offensive coordinator Brian Rock dials up here. By the way, Brian Rock, Bowling Green grad.
Yes. What this orange and brown crowd here. Dwight Perry, they're on their feet. Keith on 3rd and 8 will step up, and that's picked off. It was out of the hands of Trayon Durham and picked off by the safety Jude I.J. Barima. I.J. Barima on the INT off the Durham drop.
Well, he's under duress right here, and this is just off the hands. This is a ball that probably should have been caught. That's the 2nd interception that's come that way today.
Kent State now turning it over for the 3rd time today. This is very unusual. A -2 for Kent State. They average a +2 per game.
This is how they win.
Yeah.
They're +20 for the season.
They are, as we discussed earlier on. So give it back to Bowling Green. Hang on, everybody. Matt Schultz back at the throttle for the Bowling Green Falcons. Schultz a fighter. Chris Gallen climbed the ladder to make the grab. Bowling Green, now Gallen, did he cough up the football? Kent State said, we're talking about turnovers. Kent State saying they ripped it away. Now Tom McCabe said the football came free, but Chris Gallen got back on it.
Luke Patton had some intense pressure on Schultz right here when he made the throw. Let's take a look at it now. They're trying to rip it out.
It did come up. Mala'ulu did rip it out.
Yes, he did.
C.J. Mala'ulu, the El Camino Junior College transfer here to Kent State, ripped it out, but Chris Gallen got back on it. Picked up 7, 2nd and 3. Anton Samuel, he just can't get started today. And this is a deluxe running back, but obviously it's Kent State's front 7. They've marked Samuel just like Bowling Green has tried to mark Dree Archer.
Yeah, and of course, Bowling Green has shut down Trayon Durham.
45 minutes of football in the books, everybody. 15 more, and possibly more than that, as a trip to Detroit's Ford Field could be decided today. Don't go away.
Don't forget, Senator.
Our Cleveland Clinic game summary as we get set to start the fourth quarter. Kent State and Bowling Green tied at 17 apiece. Michael Reggie with Doug Graber. And, of course, Dree Archer has had the big day on the ground with 137 yards. Now, Kent State's over 200 yards on the ground. Of course, Archer had the big one of 79 yards for a touchdown. Bowling Green, conversely, has not been able to get their run game going, less than 60 yards through three quarters.
But Schultz, as of late now, is really doing a fine job at quarterback for Bowling Green. He's really been the difference here in the third quarter.
Daryl Hazel told Coach and I this week about the fourth quarter. Tougher football team with the better will and the more competitive spirit is going to win this week.
Yeah, the team with the strongest will here in the fourth quarter, and I agree with them. When we're here, we're at the fourth quarter.
15 minutes of football, maybe more to decide it. This is Matt Schultz. Pressure coming. He's got to throw it away. Jake Dooley beat a block, and he was sighting up Max Schultz, who had to throw it away on 3rd down and 3. So there's an early fourth quarter stop for Kent State. They'll get the football back.
Boy, Bowling Green had a golden opportunity there. They had great field position, not able to do anything with the football.
We just got a glimpse of Eric Adeyemi, who has had an exceptional football game for Kent State. He's returned a couple and, of course, had that touchdown reception. Smitterbush will hang it high. Adeyemi says we don't have to worry about it because Smitterbush took it into his own sideline, and it'll be spotted at the 25-yard line. So bring back Kent State's offense. Spencer Keith at the controls. As said, Eric Adeyemi, number 4 there, has been a big part of it. All right, what's at stake today? From the moment we came on the air at 12 o'clock noon Eastern, we've been letting you know. We amplify it every chance we get. Bowling Green, of course, has got to win a pair. And Kent State, with a win today, will head to Ford Field in Detroit. They're trying to stay perfect in MAC play. As you take a look at the MAC East standings, and trying to win their 10th football game for the first time in school history. Tied at 17. Dree Archer on the call. Archer with speed. He's outside the numbers and loose. Dree Archer still alive.
You kidding?
Archer. Dree Archer has housed it from 74 yards. Touchdown. Kent State.
He is absolutely electric. Wow. There's one missed tackle. I mean, they had him hemmed in the sideline. How did he get out of that?
That was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was Spencer Keith down there throwing a block right at the end, the quarterback.
Doug, all of this is starting to defy description. Now, this young man came into this football game today. We want to remind you is number 1 in all-purpose yardage in all of the Football Bowl subdivision. He's had 5 multi-touchdown games on the year. Well, that goes to 6 now today.
Yep.
With his second TD of the day. He has 4 football games this year where he's had 3 touchdowns or better. 3 kickoff returns for a TD. As Eric Adeyemi getting up and being somewhat helped off the football field. So good to see Adeyemi on his feet. But this phenomenon that continues to be Dree Archer has just absolutely exploded all over the Football Bowl subdivision this year. And folks, we're not just talking about the Mid-American Conference. We're talking about the nation.
Yep. No, and he was ineligible last year, and he now says that was one of the best things that ever happened to him. He had a 3.3 grade point last spring. He came back. He really learned how important it was to be a total person, student athlete. Boy, he's come back strong this year. Wow.
Freddie Cortez to add the PAT. Now it is Kent State's Golden Flashes with 14 unanswered points. Started 10-0 Kent State. You look at the throng, they brought about 5 busloads from Northeast Ohio on the Kent State campus, and they are thrilling at the opportunity to watch Dree Archer. Look at the stay alive move there. Second TD of the day for Archer and Kent State. Weapon on his hands in Dree Archer, and he has turned the young fella loose out of Laurel, Florida today.
Yeah, you know, and we asked Coach Hazel how much he was going to use Archer today, and he said, I'm going to use him till he is totally exhausted. I don't blame him, do you?
Nah, and Doug, flat out, he just accelerates and goes into a different gear and runs away from defenders.
Yeah, he just, golly, this Dwight Perry Stadium, I don't know how many performances this stadium has seen like this.
But again, yeah, you can't amplify enough, as I said. I mean, you know, he's the top all-purpose performer when you combine rushing yards from scrimmage, pass receiving yards, and kick return yards, both kickoff and punt, in all of the Football Bowl subdivision. Anywhere in America, he's the best, and showing you why today. Freddie Cortez will boom this away, and this is John Pettigrew from the goal line. Pettigrew got popped by that Kent State cover team. So the Golden Flashes here early fourth quarter. They'll turn it over to their defense with a 7-point lead.
We've been saying it all day as this game has gone back and forth. Can Bowling Green answer the bell now?
Well, they did when they were down 10-0. They put up 17 unanswered as Matt Schultz threw touchdown passes to Chris Gallen and also to Sean Joplin.
Boy, look at the numbers of rushing. 208. That's 10 yards per carry. They're averaging Kent State, and they have totally shut down the Bowling Green rushing attack.
147 of that is on two totes from Dree Archer. Matt Schultz.
Got it.
With fire, and he's got Chris Gallen. Big play. Oh! Gallen came loose. Gallen with speed. He's to the house. Touchdown, Bowling Green. How about that?
Oh, what a football game. Well, they answered the bell. Wow.
21-yard lightning bolt from Schultz to Gallen.
Yep, and there's a defender over the top. He misses the tackle, and boy, Gallen, how did he stay in bounds? But he did. 6'4", 221-pound redshirt freshman. He's had a day.
So backup rover Brian Sutton, a sophomore, who missed Chris Gallen, and he was the last defender back at the top of the defense.
Yep.
We're tied at 24 apiece. And Chris Gallen, how about that? 153 yards on a pair of TD receptions.
Yeah, this has become the Gallen Archer show here today. Stiff arm, 6'4", speed. Out of Orlando, Florida. Boy, credit Schultz too now. He has come, I mean, honestly, he didn't look very good in the last two games we watched on tape. And he has come back in the second half big time today and made some clutch throws.
He's had to. And again, Dave Clawson told us, you know, his numbers are way down from where they were a year ago.
Right.
He threw for over 3,000 yards a year ago. And look at this bowling green, orange, and brown clad throng. But Dave Clawson said, I will evaluate my quarterback. I told Schultz, don't worry about the numbers being down, touchdown passes, yardage. It's about the winning.
Right. And he's done it.
Going to hang this high again. And this is Eric Adeyemi. Excellent operating position for Kent State as they'll start from the 41-yard line.
Now, you know, that's the trade-off of keeping the ball away from Archer. And, you know, it's a heavy price to pay, but you know what? I think they're doing the right thing.
Still early fourth quarter. We've had the two enormous plays. One from Dree Archer, one from Chris Gallen off the throw from Matt Schultz. And haven't even played a minute in the fourth quarter.
And this crowd has been on their feet here in the second half, and they are into this football game, buddy.
I'm going to tell you, I'm a little bit surprised. I didn't think we were going to have to get up into the upper 20s or 30s to win this one. Dree Archer. This time he got bottled up after a gain of one. Now, Trayon Durham has not been able to get certainly unplugged today. Dree Archer has. So Archer starting to get more of the load now at the tailback spot. Second and 9 for Spencer Keith out of Little Rock, Arkansas. A senior quarterback. Keith will keep the football on that zone read. He got knifed down. Coming up on the secondary for Bowling Green to make that hit was Ryland Ward, the free safety.
Boy, and is he a good tackler. I mean, we watched the tape yesterday. He is an outstanding open field tackler.
Well, how about this Bowling Green crowd, huh? Wow, they are raucously wild, making a lot of noise. Third and 4, line to make the 49 of Bowling Green for Spencer Keith. Play clock at 1. Run the football. Dree Archer, he almost got free again. He did pick up a first down. He got 12 more. They ran the football on 3rd and 7, and Archer delivered.
Yeah, and Aaron Foster, just the safety, just got enough of him to get him down.
So that'll move the sticks for Kent State. Dree Archer continues to add to his just superb afternoon. On that zone read, Spencer Keith kept the football, and he got drilled to the ground. Now, Bowling Green is so impressive defensively. That's Brian Thomas, the third-year sophomore out of Washington, Pennsylvania, to make the stop.
Bowling Green just brought in reinforcements. Zach Colvin came in at defensive tackle, and Ronnie Goebel came in at end, trying to keep fresh bodies out there in that front four.
Brian Thomas, Chris Jones, Ted Ouellette, Charlie Walker. A normal front in the 4-3, and they'll play Colvin and Goebel a lot. Now stay with the ground game as getting his first call of the afternoon is Julian Durden for Kent State. 170-pound true freshman is Durden, just to give Dree Archer a bit of a respite.
Yeah, Dree Archer is back in right away.
3rd and long for Kent State, 3rd and 6. On 3rd and 7 a moment ago, they got 12 as they ran D. Archer.
And of course, Freddie Cortez, the outstanding all-time leader in field goals for Kent State, is a heck of a weapon now here in the 4th quarter.
It'll be 54 right from here. Keith through the out. It is caught, but stepping out of bounds was Matt Hurdle. Only a 2-yard gain to the 35-yard line. Decision time, Darrell Hazel. It'd be 52 yards from here if he wants to get Freddie Cortez to give it a shot.
The senior quarterback says, why did you step out of bounds?
Darrell Hazel says no to the field goal attempt. Doug Graber, he's going to punt the football with Anthony Melchiori.
Well, your defense has been good all day. You got a great punter. Let's see if he can get Bowling Green now down inside the 10.
Ryan Burbrink as Melchiori will hang it high. Oh, Kent State's got a shot, but they weren't able. They had 5 punt cover defenders there. C.J. Malaulu down near the goal line, but they were not able to keep the football out of the end zone. Bowling Green's football when we get back. A little over 10 minutes to go. Tied at 24. It's about big play football. It started in the first half. 79-yard TD run from Dree Archer.
Well, he's been spectacular today, and this young man has answered the bell. Chris Gallen has had 2 huge plays for Bowling Green, and here comes Mr. Archer again. Watch this explosiveness. gets out of that tackle, and it's just a man amongst boys. I mean, he's just so much faster than him. And here comes Mr. Gallen again with another huge play. Stiff arm, goes the distance.
What was so compelling about it is after each of those Dree Archer TD bolts, Chris Gallen on the very next snap for Bowling Green from scrimmage, bang.
Yep.
In the end zone as well. Matt Schultz has thrown 3 touchdown passes today, and can he do something about a 24-24 stalemate? Well, pressure coming. He had to throw that football quickly, and it was dropped off the hands of Ryan Burbrink. Coverage for Kent State from Sidney Salter, the cornerback.
I'll tell you, that was a great job of Schultz just getting rid of the football, and Burbrink's got to help him out there. And again, they have just not been able to run the football a lick against this Kent State defense.
And this is very much goes against how they put together the 6-game win streak. They've done it with getting leads, big leads, defense, and run the football.
Yep.
Schultz, that pass is deflected, and it is picked off by Kent State. It was deflected up front, and the INT is going to, we'll have to wait till they umpire. Look at Dana Brown, number 6 is there for Kent State. And who came away with the football? It was Richard Gray, the backup defensive tackle. Richard Gray on the INT for Kent State. We'll make it our Allstate Good Hands Play of the Day, brought to you by Allstate.
Yep, ball is tipped right here. Of course, who else? Roosevelt Nix is the guy that tipped the ball up in the air, and Richard Gray. Pretty good hands for the big old D lineman out of Pittsburgh.
Well, a backup defensive tackle coming up with the second turnover created today by the leader in the nation. And now Dave Clawson and
Bowling Green, they're first.
Mike Elko is defensive coordinator. Doug, after that sudden change, I like the move, and you being a defensive, here's a sudden change. Defense is going to watch their offense, bang, turnover, and they got to get back on the football field in the red zone.
Right, and they couldn't get lined up. They were having a problem getting lined up, and I think that's a good timeout. There you see Boo Boo Gates right in there, number 24, not playing today, but trying to help the secondary out.
Back in late September, Spencer Keith and Kent State were down to Ball State. They hit a 4th down throw to Matt Hurdle. They started at their own 14. Then they found Josh Boyle. And then Trayon Durham had the big run to set him up as time wound down. 5, 4, 3 seconds left. And bang, Freddie Cortez with the field goal hit. Took what looked like a 43-42 loss into that 45-43 win. Here is Dree Archer. Archer trying to get to the corner, was able to turn it momentarily as he got dragged down as that Bowling Green defense do it. Josh Pettis came up and forced it, and just was able to get Archer by the back of that number 1.
Yeah, and Archer, is 5'8", 175. He's got strength, though. I mean, all guys that are fast are also strong, and boy, he has got great strength for his size.
He's over 200 yards on the ground today. He got 4 there. Again, Dree Archer. Archer, he's got the edge. Dree Archer very close to the first down. Should have the first down as he got pushed out of bounds. Even at 175, Doug, even in traffic, he's able to wiggle and break tackles to keep plays alive.
Yeah, and, we've talked about, what he does best. He's not really a receiver. He doesn't know really how to run routes and everything else. But, man, is he a runner and is he a kick return guy? Extraordinaire.
Clock moves. We hit the 9-minute mark. Dree Archer stays at the tail in that one-back set. Archer on the call. Only got a couple. Those blocks. And how about Brian Winters to that left tackle and Josh Klein, the left guard, 66 and 61. Doug, they're going to be drafted next April.
Oh, absolutely.
Winters might even be a second-round pick, and there they are. There's Winters, 66, Klein, 61. The bellwethers of a Kent State offensive line that has been phenomenal all year long.
And this is interesting. Bowling Green, when Archer's in there at running back, they're widening their ends and trying to keep him running inside.
You surprised it's not Trayon Durham here in the red zone?
Boy, not the way Archer's been going.
Keith will keep the football. Spencer Keith inside the 5 to the end zone. Touchdown, Kent State. Spencer Keith off that zone read puts Kent State back on top mid-fourth quarter.
This is new for them now. Just in the last 2 games, Spencer Keith has become a runner here. And, of course, Archer gets a lot of credit because he pulls a lot of orange shirts with him wherever he goes. And a good job of Keith sticking it in the end zone right there.
And the turnover on the Roosevelt Knicks deflected football that Richard Gray picked off. Cortez to add an all-important PAT. And Kent State's Golden Flashes have responded again. Spencer Keith to the end zone. Kent State's lead is 7 over Bowling Green. State Bowling Green is brought to you by the Bell Helicopter Armed Forces Bowl, December 29th in Fort Worth, Texas. Also by Marathon, their proud title sponsor of the Marathon MAC Football Championship in Detroit. By 5 Hour Energy, tackle the tired, take 5 Hour Energy. And by NFL Mobile from Verizon, it's built to bring you the game. That's a fantastic Saturday afternoon here in the month of November. Sights and sounds of college football, Mid-American Conference style, with so much at stake here in the MAC East. Kent State, after the turnover that was forced by Roosevelt Knicks, and of course the interception from Richard Gray culminated in a Spencer Keith touchdown run. So the lead is 7, 31-24. Bowling Green going to get their hands on the football. Still a world of time left. Is there? Getting close to approaching the midway point of quarter number 4.
You know, Bowling Green has not had much success returning the kickoffs today. Let's see if they can get a decent return here to help them out.
That'll be John Pettigrew from the 3. A bad return for John Pettigrew. 22-yard return for the 25-yard line, and that's where Bowling Green is going to start.
That was Chris Humphrey, the wide receiver, that made the hit. Boy, look at that. 47 total points in that 6-game win streak. 31 today.
Kent State has hit them with big plays.
Yeah.
Big plays, and if it wasn't Dree Archer with the 2 long touchdown runs of 79 and 71 yards, and well, that last turnover there, because it was in the red zone.
That was a killer.
We'll see, but that said, hey, this was far from being decided. Kent State tries to come up with their first win, 10-win season in school history on first down. Matt Schultz will trigger the throw. That's hauled in by Chris Gallen, who's had a big afternoon catching the football for Dave Clawson. As it worked on Darius Polk on that corner of Kent State.
A lot of times after an interception, it's kind of tough for a quarterback on the next series, but he stepped up and he put it right on the money. That was a nice throw by Schultz. He's had a good second half. I mean, that ball that was tipped, it was tough.
Look at the rushing totals, though.
Incredible.
Kent State at 332 yards. Here's Anton Samuel back in the football game. Samuel bursts free. First time today. 16 yards to the midfield stripe. First down, Anton Samuel. If he showed up to the party now, it would be right on time for Bowling Green.
Right, and of course, throw, and that opens up the running lanes a little bit.
Now Keith on first down will come underneath and hook up with a big tight end. That's Alex Baer. Baer's got another first down. Well, they wanted to get the football in the big fella's hands all day today. Warren Ruggiero told us that yesterday.
Yeah, and he's a good one.
Back to the airwaves for Spencer Keith, and that throw off the hands of his outstretched wideout, Sean Joplin.
Both these teams today, and my hats are off to both of them, they just keep coming back. They're down, and you can almost guarantee that next series, here they come, whether it's Kent State or Bowling Green. They answer the bell, both teams.
Yeah, that they have, and with big play explosions. Bowling Green down by 7, but on the move here inside the 7-minute mark in the fourth. Back to the ground game on inside delay. They got Anton Samuel following the blocks of his right guard, Alex Huddle, and that right tackle, Jordan Lusos. Got 7 to bring up 3rd and short, so now it's manageable. They're going quickly.
Yeah, they are going quickly, and they've got Kent State on their heels a little bit here.
Keeping the football is a quarterback, Matt Schultz. He rode that zone read as long as he could. Slides to a stop. First down, Bowling Green.
Neither one of these quarterbacks is what I would call a runner, but they've both been effective running the ball today.
Well, look at how quickly now Bowling Green is trying to snap. Look out. Schultz got a blitz from that left side, and he got taken down. Actually, he just went down in the zone. What coming hard was Richard Gray.
Yep.
So Gray on the sack after he had the pick in the red zone on the last BG possession.
Well, he's totally unblocked. I mean, this is a total bust by the offensive line. He gets off rather quickly there. They better change the game. Not a bust. He just beat him off the ball, beat the tackle off.
It's for a loss of 7. 2nd and 17 for Spencer Keith. The fire in the seam. Alex Baer made a terrific catch before Luke Wallet planted him. Got 16, needed 17, 3rd and 1.
That was a great throw. Watch it. He just guns this ball right there. Nice job. Nice hands by Baer.
Bowling Green going so quickly. Back to live. And I don't know. It's going to depend on the spot. They went to the run game with Anton Samuel, and he came up short. There's no gain on that.
No, and they ran right into the teeth of his own blitz. Not much of a chance here. They have to go for it here. 4th and a long one, maybe 2.
Well, this crowd on their feet. Close to 20,000 here at Deutsch Perry Stadium, and Dave Clawson and the Bowling Green offense wants to talk about it on a 4th and 2. The emotion at a feverish pitch here in Deutsch Perry Stadium. Why? Because it's this simple. Kent State, with a win today, will clinch their first ever MAC East Division title. They haven't won a championship of any kind in football on the campus in Northeast Ohio since 1972, 40 years ago. They'll win their 10th game today with a victory. And that also is a Kent State record. For Bowling Green, it was simple for them. Win out. Win here today, then beat Buffalo next Friday, and they go to Detroit as, of course, those very potent Northern Illinois Huskies await the MAC East Division champion November 30th. MAC championship game, Ford Field in downtown Detroit, Michigan.
Well, here it is. This is certainly the key play of this game up to this juncture.
Isn't this atmosphere phenomenal? Can't ask for better. All right, 4th and 2, 4 wide.
Let's look. Shift the tight end over to the blitz side.
Blitz coming. Spencer Keith in trouble. Put it up for grabs, and it was batted away by Roosevelt Nix, who dropped off into coverage. The All-American defensive tackle for Kent State.
Roosevelt Nix has done it all for the Golden Flashes today. He's the one that tipped the pass, intercepted, zone blitz, free agent on Schultz, has to throw it up, and there's Nix right there to make the play. What a football player. Wow.
And when you look at John Heacock, too, Doug Graber's the saying goes, he brought the house.
Yes, he did.
He sent everybody and dropped Nix off into coverage.
Yep. They have driven everybody nuts with that zone blitz package today and add the Bowling Green up to this point. That was crucial.
And don't go anywhere. Still 5 minutes left. Trayon Durham will spin out of a tackle. Durham got maybe one to bring up 2nd and 9.
You know, they had him for about a 5-yard loss. That was Pettis on a blitz, and he's impossible to tackle one-on-one in space. I mean, he's just that quick.
Now, Dree Archer, though, has had this just phenomenal day, 237 yards. And Archer will remain at the tail. And Trayon Durham, his running mate, also over 1,000 yards. Durham and Archer are the only two in all of the FBS over 1,000 yards. On the ground here in Week 11. Dree Archer again on the call. Trying to get to the edge. That's Dwayne Woods. Outstanding takedown of Archer. Going to bring up 3rd and long as we'll come inside 4 minutes left.
And of course, Bowling Green now only has 1 timeout left. So they're going to have some issues in trying to stop the clock. They're not going to be able to do it.
Kent State by 7, 31-24. 239 yards for Dree Archer, but he's only picked up 1 on 2 carries in this possession. Couple of touchdowns today. 3rd and 9. Play clock at 2. Archer couldn't slip the tackle. Gabe Martin put him on the ground. In 3 carries, Dree Archer got 3 yards in this possession.
Well, they played all 8-man fronts. They forced them to bounce everything outside, and then they were there. They had the edges secured. Nice job defensively, that series for Bowling Green. Now, do they come after that punt? I'm betting they do.
Last week, actually 10 days ago, on November the 7th at Peden Stadium in Ohio, they blocked 2 punts of Ohio, and they forced 2 more bad plays from the Ohio kick team. And they scored points off all 4 miscues. They do not come here, and Melchiori drilled up beauty. Burbrink has got a fair catch it at the 25-yard line. How about the 55-yard bomb from the true freshman, Anthony Melchiori of Kent State?
Huge, huge time for that punt. You know what, Mike? I personally believe that college football should adapt the NFL rule in terms of covering punts, that you cannot leave the line of scrimmage until the ball's kicked, because all the spread punts that everybody uses now, there are no returns. Kent State has given up a total of 15 yards for the season on punt returns.
All right, Bowling Green down 7, 31-24, 75 yards away, and they only have 1 timeout left. They've burned a couple. They're working with just the 1 timeout. We'll see what Matt Schultz comes up with. Blitz coming. Schultz fired underneath. Got that tight end again, Alex Baer.
Schultz is really in a nice rhythm now with the football. He's just been outstanding, other than, of course, the tip ball that was intercepted. The fourth down pass, he had no chance.
Pitch and catch from Matt Schultz to Alex Baer. Got 8. 2nd and 2. Schultz firing the seam. Outstanding grab by Ryan Burbrink. That's a big hit of 18 yards. Schultz looked off the free safety beautifully, Doug Graber.
He did, and he made a great throw to Burbrink on that inside route.
Schultz, pressure coming. Check down was dropped. It was dropped.
And again, the zone blitzes of John Heacock, they just keep coming free. They are really tough. I think they're going to have to vary their cadence a little bit. That would help them here and give them a chance to read the zone blitz.
First time they tried to throw the football to Anton Samuel out in the backfield, and the sophomore talent wasn't able to hang on. 2nd and 10. Again, Mala'ulu showing blitz, and now he'll back it off for Kent State. Here he comes. Schultz is going to load it up deep. It fell incomplete.
Honestly, I think he was fortunate that that ball wasn't picked off because Norman Wolf was right there in good shape, and that one was kind of thrown up for grabs a little bit.
That was they got Bart Tansky onto the football field, a senior. He'd been a quarterback in his high school days. 3rd and 10. Schultz needs a hit. Fired middle, and is caught by Sean Joplin. Oh, what an outstanding grab by Joplin, who climbed the ladder for the Bowling Green. First down, needed 10, got 11. Clock moving as we approach 90 seconds left. Schultz firing again. It was caught by Joplin. Wow. Snatched it away, did Sean Joplin, from Norman Wolf Jr. 2 big catches by the junior Joplin.
Boy, he made a big-time grab right there with a lot of pressure on him.
Sean Joplin evidently shaken up. There's Joplin. He is out of bounds on the Bowling Green sideline. So we'll see if referee Tom McCabe will. Joplin's up and on his feet. Again, Bart Tansky, the senior, has come in. And really, they told us that they're only going to play 3 wide receivers.
Yeah, their depth at wide receiver is really a problem for Bowling Green right now.
Gallen, Joplin, Burbrink. We have not seen Jerron Stokes today.
Yep.
Joplin's had a big day. On the 26-yard line, Schultz. Got to be real careful there as he was really trying to throw that football away for Alex Baer, but there was Darius Polk in the neighborhood.
Yeah, the zone blitz again is just bringing a lot of pressure on him. And now Joplin is back in the game. He's kind of gimping out there a little bit, but he is back. Got Gallen to the right side and Joplin to the left side.
Alex Baer in the slot, bottom of your screen. Jordan Hopgood is offset. 2nd and 10. Blitz coming. Schultz in trouble. Got away, gonna load it up middle, and he missed Alex Baer, who was trying to run 3 on a crossing route inside the 5.
Boy, Mala'ulu was scot-free again on the blitz. Nice job of Schultz avoiding right there. I mean, just totally unblocked. Third down.
Line to make is at the 16-yard line for Matt Schultz. He'll step up. Fire middle. Joplin made another outstanding grab. First down, Bowling Green. Wow, has Sean Joplin absolutely stood tall on this drive.
Boy, and stood tall is the right word. He climbed the ladder. He made tough catches in traffic.
Shields, Joplin, in route, dropped the football. Kent State's on it, but it is being ruled as an incomplete pass.
Boy, let's take a look at this one. I don't know. That's a tough one there.
Again, the ruling on the field was an incomplete pass. There will have to be indisputable video evidence to overturn that and call it a fumble and give the football to Kent State.
It's an incomplete pass. It'll be second down.
Yeah, you know what? On his second step, as you look at it from this angle, watch the ball start coming out. That step right there, the ball's out.
On his hip and kind of being jostled.
Yep.
Yeah.
Second down.
The previous play is under further review.
Have to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and I'll tell you.
Side two left, have to.
Two, and the ball's out. Yeah, I don't see them overturning this. What do you think?
I don't think so either, because right there, when he goes to put it away, Doug, as you pointed out correctly, he puts it away, might have even on his hip pad, and watch right there, see it jostle.
Ball's out. Ball's coming out. Boy, we've got some great footage of it for our replay officials to look at. Nice job by our crew.
Camera guys exceptional. Producer Greg Logan and director David Tasca. All of our tremendous crew that have been with us all year long as we await this ruling. Our technical director, Chuck Whitlock, Jason Lynch in audio, Pat Collar, our lead tape operator, Colleen Patterson, associate director, Tommy Boshenik, associate producer.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The receiver never had possession. It's an incomplete pass. Second down.
Didn't take long as Tom McCabe made the call as he got it right with our replay crew. Jeff Gears, Jeff Delpays on stats. Excellent work by one and all year long. And our ESPN back crew. Couldn't ask for any better, could you? 56 seconds left. Second and 10. Bowling Green trying to tie it up. They need 7, though. 4-down territory. They've been in 4-down territory this whole fourth quarter.
Yeah, and the red zone's been an issue for this team.
It has. They have not been last in the map in the red zone. On second and 10, Schultz will come underneath. Or they put it in the hands of Joplin on a bubble, or rather to Chris Gallen on a bubble screen, and that did not fool anybody in white. Darius Polk forced it from the corner.
Yeah, Darius Polk was all over that one. 3rd and 12.
One timeout left for Dave Clawson. Schultz, end zone. It was behind Alex Baer and broken up. They ran him on the seam route. It comes down to this with 31 seconds left.
You know, Wolf, number 11, though, has great coverage on him. That was tough. That was well defended.
How does Dave Clawson want to use this timeout and talk about it? He's got one left. Play clock moving to 20. Now remember, Bowling Green can pick up a first down. 5-yard line, first down. They need 12.
Yep.
That's the line to make. Schultz. Gonna fire end zone. It is picked off by Luke Wallet. And with it, a MAC East Division championship for the Kent State Golden Flashes.
What a football game. Wow.
What an absolutely wild celebration going on. And that's 40 years of frustration, ladies and gentlemen. Pickett-Lone's play of the game, engineered to amaze. Luke Wallet amazing in the end zone, Doug Graber.
Yeah, this is very well covered, and they had a little bit of pressure on him, and he didn't have a choice. Fourth down, you got to throw it up. And well defensed.
13 tackles in that interception today for one of the best free safeties in the nation, Luke Wallet. Victory formation for the Kent State Golden Flashes. They have come on the road to Deutsch Perry Stadium. They've won their 9th game in a row. They have won their 10th of the year. First time in Kent State history. And that man, Darrell Hazel, he just got the Gatorade dousing. What a ride it has been for Hazel and Kent State.
It certainly maintained their top 25 ranking, no question about that. Well, that gentleman right there is special. Both those coaches are. There's the man, Dree Archer. What a day he had. He is just spectacular.
Well, all of you watching on WEWS-TV, the ABC affiliate in Cleveland, Ohio, I know that you've been honed in all day long. And now celebrating the electrifying Kent State win and the electrifying player of the game, Dree Archer. It's brought to you by First Energy, our energy working for you. 241 rushing yards, career high in those 2 touchdowns. We'll come back and effort Darrell Hazel, Dree Archer, and the MAC East Division champions from Kent State. What a performance on the road. They beat Bowling Green 31-24. Don't move.